This is London with Bitcoin Spike. Guys, we are in some major price action. I have got to shout out to the VIP. They are booking trades like no tomorrow. Guys, I have got to show this to you. Now, Bitcoin at 30,371. Please take a look at this, guys. Please take a look at what VIP are doing. 79%. Guys, look at this. In terms of 127%, booking at 189%. Guys, his first day trading futures. This is Anthony. Bam. Anthony, awesome job. Incredible work on futures. Just really exciting, guys. It's London with Bitcoin Spike. That's our VIP trade group. And from Freddie to Richard to guys to everybody in the back to Anthony now, I went through a kind of a bit on what do I say? Anthony, it was nice to talk to you, chat with you a little bit today earlier on. And guys, Anthony hit into, believe it or not, what was that, Anthony? You hit into this specific drop right here on a hedge. Boom, this drop, bam. The first trade on futures. I was chatting back and forth with him and into a hedge, into some capital allocation discussions, etc. We're seeing Bitcoin up and out of an ascending triangle right now. Guys, I just got to say, for a weekend, this is awesome. The last weekend was really great. This weekend's really great. Bitcoin has been great to trade on the weekend. We'll go through the specific pattern formation. I'd say the pattern dynamics that are in play. You guys, in the back, essentially, you guys have got all of this. You've got it all down. I'll tell you that. In terms of the potential for the breakout, I had a nice, a nice breakout trade. One of the things we can discuss, right? You've got a bit of room up along the top here, just quite a bit of room on that 4 hourly. Make sure that you pay attention to how much room you have as compared to the 1 hourly. If you look at the 1 hourly, bam, we're getting out of that 1 hourly level of resistance immediately now. Boom, across the top. You guys got that? And guys, been a little under the weather this weekend, but I will try and get with it for this stream. Level of resistance on the 1 hourly, right? Yes, we are breaking out of that right now. That's a nice move. It's potentially indicated descending triangle formulation. We would look at the amplitude move, right? Potentially the amplitude move for the carry up. Just be aware of the fact on that 4 hourly, you do have that additional line of resistance up across the top that's going to act as an additional level of potential resistance. Now, in terms of the micro, I know that you guys are very focused on the micro. Look at the 4 hourly on the micro on your desktops. Make sure that you have two levels. First of all, this specific flat top here on the 4 hourly. Make sure that you guys have that on the 4 hourly. Just mark that. Make sure that you have the flat top on the candle wicks on the 4 hourly. Bam, bam. That's indicated, okay? Make sure also that on the actual lines, we're close to a flat top here, guys. Very close to a flat top here. I wouldn't be surprised if the line wants to set in line with this on the lines on the 4 hourly. So essentially, guys, as you work your technicals on your own trading platform, make sure that you maintain certain lines and certain, a certain understanding of the entirety of the composition of the framework of Bitcoin, so that you guys can be just be over prepared if possible. Okay. Sometimes the under prepared works. Sometimes that does work, but sometimes that over prepared is really the way to go. So, guys, upside and downside targets, we're happy to leave behind any downside target. You guys know that. Any downside target we have, we're happy to leave it behind, guys. We've got plenty of upside targets. Those are the ones that VIP have been focused on the most. It's nice to see you guys just ripping through the price action. Just congratulations. I have to say, Anthony, it's just one of the best immediate performances that I've seen, bam, out of the gate. We shout out to you, and that's just the way to go. What's up, Freddie? VIP in the house. Freddie just killing it. Freddie, you're doing great. Was really impressed last night. Freddie just said it. Guys, anyone who's listening who's brand new, I want to tell you guys, if you're brand new to VIP, to Bitcoin Spike, guys, we have a trade group, and it's just guys that are just getting together, want to beat the market. A lot of them have been in the market for a while. Freddie's been in the market for a while, mining, etc. You've got a great history in the market, Freddie. Appreciate just the opportunity to know you, brother. And guys, it's just the coolest trade group that I know of. I'm a member of it. It's my station, but I'm a member of the trade group. I love hanging out, love back rooms. We're constantly trying to develop that advantage over the market, and it's just full of guys that could just clear the house. And we're going through, like right now, 100 rounds. That's our deal. We want to go through 100 rounds each on futures, right? Like, where are you at in terms of and Anthony, excellent book. Freddie, you have to agree, huh? Anthony booked it straight up here for, what was that? Anthony, you booked let's see, and there's Anthony again. Let's just shout out, what's up, Anthony, my man? What's up? And what did Anthony hit? He hit into 100, and what'd you book, Anthony? This is like is it the second triple digit you've had today? 189% booked. Boom. Closed at 189%. That's just fantastic. really, really phenomenal in terms of that trade. I was impressed with your first hedge. Bam, I was excited to be a part of your first hedge, period. Whether or not be an insurance play, whether or not it be a play for, you can understand, like a hedge could provide insurance sometimes, right? You may have a long position going up. You may want a little bit of insurance, right? To the extent that Freddie, what's up? VIP, what's up, my man? Chris, saw you hanging out a little bit in the back earlier on. Hope you're doing well. Can't wait to make sure that you're up and running on futures as best as you can be, and that you're plugged into, I'd say, our kind of our targeting style right now. We have a really cool targeting style, guys, and it's been nice. I'll say this: we don't like to leave behind targets to the upside. We don't mind leaving them behind to the downside. I just tell you guys that, right? We just don't mind leaving them behind to the downside. When we look at if we're going to blow off a specific, if we're going to blow off a pricing target, that's fine. That one's at 29,491. Technically, it's indicated there was kind of an agreement here between the buyers and sellers to achieve certain price. It was never achieved. We got close, right? That was that nice hedge that was booked by Anthony, VIP. Boom, to the downside. Always pay attention on this, guys, as we watch the price action now coming out of this ascending triangle, flat top, ascending line of support, right? Always pay attention to this. We didn't talk about it much in the back, but when you see this, just pay attention. When you see any kind of a bull flag like this, anytime you see a bull flag, this is where we were at. I noticed it later. I wanted to bring it to your attention, guys, and I appreciate all your patience this weekend. We were talking about, I have to say, YouTube was hiding my notifications, right? And then I got food poisoning like that same or next day, and I'm like, VIP were like, man, they're after London. Seriously, I was getting all my notifications by restricted. I'm getting restricted notifications, right? Restricted communications, and then I get poisoned at a restaurant. It was bad, guys, really bad stuff. I'm like, yeah, the Gestapo is after me. The whatever you would call that, Gestapo is after me. So VIP have noted this. We have noted lack of notifications and severe like food poisoning at the same, just bam, hammered it. Just unbelievable, guys. So anytime, back to the technicals, had to put that on the record, had to. And I had even recommended they register with foreign whatever corrective services they needed to. You guys know that, huh? I did, and then got food poisoned. Very uncool, huh? Very, very uncool. Noted for the record. Noted. Taking notes. Me, VIP, we're taking notes. Run. That's true in terms of food poisoning. Really bad deal, guys. Run to the upside. Yeah. What is that? Foreign corrective division? I don't know what we're gonna make a name up for that one if we needed to. Run to the upside. But in terms of restricting my content, etc., due to a viewer opinion on maybe Tether or otherwise, excuse me. I recommend it. Freddie knows. He's like, this is exactly the truth. We need to discuss it. It's on Sunday. It's a good time while price is consolidating. What was it? Like, go ahead and register as a the Chinese agency deliverable, or maybe it sounds a little bit more. I don't know. What do you guys think? It sounds a little bit more familiar with maybe a different type of go out to dinner and get poisoned. It was odd, guys. It happened. It's the truth to me. It just sounds a little bit more familiar, maybe to someone who's parked over by China. I don't know. It's up for discussion. I'm sure that could be up for discussion. While there are some more popular and less popular groups or nations in the world right now, that sounds a little bit more like Elon had to crack a joke about that recently, didn't he? Huh? Now, Elon was directly involved in some crazy stuff, huh? It seems like, delivering satellite equipment. I'm talking about Bitcoin. We have a Bitcoin trade group. Like, I think someone should chill out. Now, just run to the upside. Pay attention to the flag. If you're new, if none of this makes sense to you, don't worry about it. This is VIP, talking VIP business. It's required, right? In terms of fleshing out the bad stuff, in terms of like what goes on these days. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about no notifications being given to VIP. It's crucial as we talk about notifications. Going over technicals, hugely important. And that poisoning, food poisoning was the truth. Man, bad deal, guys, bad. In terms of run to the upside, downward sloping channel, always pay attention to what, guys? Pay attention when your flag, when you support, right? Resistance. We want 2 hits at least on each, right? On any pattern, we want 2 hits at least on everything. When you start to kind of dribble down into this, when you start to really you start to just hug the line of support, right? It's really starting to push down into one. You can say one or the other, really, but it's starting to push up into resistance. Boom, maybe expect a launch. But anytime I've seen this frequently on Bitcoin, I just wanted to bring it to your attention because we didn't discuss it much in the back. I needed an opportunity to talk to you guys and to be able to say that, yes, this specific line of support here, right? Make sure that when you see this in the context of a bull flag, move up, downward sloping channel, hugging that line of support. That boom, that was a big move. It doesn't look like it right now. Look at this kind of okay, that was a move. No, that wiped a lot of people out, guys. So to the extent that you start seeing that and you're just crawling along, we were looking for, well, okay, we start to dig into it. I guess we're in a bullish pattern here, right? It tried to get up and out, but it couldn't do it. So next time you see a bull flag that's really pressing, weighing down on the level of support, pay attention to it, guys. Please pay attention to that. So look at the price action. We're up and over right now. I'd say this top line resistance, okay, and that's just VIP business, guys. We got to talk VIP business. Ain't nothing like VIP business. We're going to talk about it. Bottom line, we're just going to get to it. That's it. If you're new to the group, it definitely applies to everybody here. You got to get your notifications. We can't have people just going out to restaurants and being food poisoned. We can't have that. That's just, it's unacceptable, guys. So level of resistance here. All right, resistance across the top. We built this specific level of resistance and this ascending line of support. I say this on the 5 minute, guys. We're on the 1 minute here. It's visible on the 5 minute as well. I looked at the 5 minute earlier on. Let's look at the 1 minute that we are on just to verify that. We had walked up essentially from, we had set a few different levels of when we're always looking for a flat top. This is a great example of why do I always say we're looking for a flat top resistance, right? This builds and demonstrates the fact that buyers are in the market continuing to recognize a preceding level of resistance. Boom. Recognize again. Bam. Recognize again. Bam. Right? When price gets to preceding level of resistance, buyers, boom, in the market to take, right? Here, in the market, bam, to take. In the market, boom, preceding level to take, okay? Within the framework of this, I'd say micro within a macro, but we've just been stepping up into the framework of this larger ascending triangle. So always just looking for that, I'd say that flat top resistance is crucial. And guys, you've been doing awesome just trading in the back. I'm looking forward to you guys posting more of your charts, letting me know what you're going through just personally in terms of what you're looking for. We've been doing a lot of targeting on the micro. It's been helping people at least frame price. Where is price headed? Where could price head? Like, for instance, we missed this target. I'll just say it hasn't been hit yet, right? An ascending wedge here, boom, that got out up and out in a quick fashion, guys. So we did not recapitulate to this level, but having this target down below, we got to this level here. Okay, we got to this level, and I said, anyone who's been in the market towards this target from the top side, you have a decision to make right here. Truth, right in the back. That's a nice take right here. Sure enough, we got the return, the turnaround there on the framework. So let's look at that's one of the benefits of the targets, guys, is that they're going to allow you to look in both directions in the market, see the benefit of moving in both directions in the market. Talk about Anthony in terms of his in terms of his hedge. Brand new to futures, first day on futures, he books a hedge. Okay, so just hugely important in terms of that dynamic. Anthony, that just rocks, bro. Oh, you need to know that's awesome, brother. So level of potential, I'd say resistance here on the 30-minute. What were we talking about? The hourly, right? That hourly, crucial, right? Heavy time frame, that hourly. And remember on the 30-minute, she could be your friend or she could be your enemy. Definitely, guys. That 30-minute can cross you sideways, or she can lead you home. It's one of those. Just always bear that in mind. She may have a cross differential that's helpful or very harmful in terms of that 30-minute time frame. The hourly is very consistent to the fact that, to the extent that we're just about up and out. Remember what we just went over. If you're just tuning in now, this is London. What's going on? Just a little bit of VIP chit chat to get going, to kind of start off things and kind of catch you guys up. I have been sick, and I don't know. I'll be able to go here for a little bit, but we'll push through a little bit of this. But level of potential, look at this, guys. Level of potential resistance here, and I say actual resistance. But there's actual resistance, and I'll say potential, depending upon which time frame you're on, right? The 4-hourly versus the hourly. The hourly with this expression right here, level of resistance, right? Are we up and out? Just about, guys. We're right on that level of resistance. I'll tell you, we're right at that level of resistance. Look how far down this specific price target is now. You can see that price target looks very unpopular, doesn't it? It just looks horribly unpopular. Right now, what's the condition right now of price? Just to review this. Well, we're doing well. Look at this, guys. We're up 3%. right? So yeah, doesn't that look it just looks so unpopular down there? Doesn't it? It's just sitting down at the bottom. No one wants to go down, right? It's the same framework. I have to tell you, it's a little bit different, but very close to the same framework. As we would look at, let's just talk about Fibonacci's, right? The same thing. Well, who wants to hit the 86 then? Who wants to hit the 786? Who wants to hit the golden pocket? As we would look at this, our target to the downside right now, I love the way this frames things for VIP. Always keep this in mind. Bear this in mind. Our target right now, how many times did this happen in the last week, guys? Our target to the downside, or downside target, you could sit there and say, oh, it didn't even get hit. It just didn't even get hit. We could say that, right? Or we could draw out Fibonacci's from the low to the high on the candle wicks, guys. Get involved and say, well, where exactly does this hit? I think that this is this is an additional line here. So let me go ahead and frame this down like this. Okay, in terms of that, I did have an additional line there. But as we would look at this, is it past the 50%? Is it close to the golden pocket? Right? Are we saying, well, it's not going to go to the golden pocket? Are we happy about that fact? No, we want to consider the fact that price could return to the 50, to at least the 38.2, to the 23.6, golden pocket 786, 86. Always we want to look down and say, yeah, that's fantastic if we can get there. Now, having your orders set at the lower levels versus riding a short down to those levels, different ball game. Right? Completely different ballgame. But as you look at I'm just going to tell you guys, as you look at any specific downward target that we establish in the back, say, well, that one's gone. That one didn't work. It at least has you looking at a different level of the Fibonacci below. Copy that, guys. Very important as you would look at those. And if you're not, I have always said, and I'll continue to say that Bitcoin's very choosy about who she allows to short her. She's just very choosy about that. It's not just Bitcoin. The market in general is very particular about who the market allows to short it. Okay, with a good degree of success. Those bragging rights are real. I'll just tell you that in terms of big shorts in the market, they make movies about it. It's a big deal, guys. So it really is. It's one of those the fanfare, the glory kind of deal. It catches a lot of ego and esteem in the market when you short. So she's real particular. If you guys are involved in shorts, be careful. I'll tell you that. So we're up and above another restricted zone here. I would go ahead and call this an additional, and I would reframe this. I would want to be exact in terms of this alignment, in terms of this specific rising wedge here. But we're operating up and above this rising wedge, and on the different time frames, we may find a bit of differentiation here. But we're essentially we have a constriction, okay, between a level of resistance and a level of support, constricting in an ascending fashion, okay, resulting in an ascending apex. That is the definition of a rising wedge, okay? Typically supposed to be bearish. We're up and over it, and we're performing very well. So we may be in the process of leaving behind not only one micro, but two real generally bearish patterns. We're happy to leave them behind, but they will always create a target, if nothing more, a reference point below that you guys can say, I wonder, at least for purposes of your TA. And I won't back off on the fact that they're targets because we have hit so many of them throughout the weekend, guys, tons of them. I'll try and always, if we get close to them, I'll try and always tell you guys, you have a decision to make, you're close, you're in the money on that. I would look at that. I always try and frame things that way. So if you pop your head in and say, well, this one didn't get hit or that one didn't get hit, the bottom line is training yourself. I just say training yourself to always look at the downside target when you have a decision to make and you're heavily in the money, like Anthony. I have to say, Anthony, in terms of that 189%, boom, he booked his trade. Very, very nicely done. He booked it up top here. Bam. Right? When you're in the money, you have a decision to make. Whether or not you hit your target at some point, it becomes relevant to the extent that you need to maximize your trade. If you'd like to book your trade when your screen turns green, you guys know how it goes, right? Big time. So, and feeling a little bit better, just a touch better. Still not out of the woods, though. It's one of those deals, man. Just couldn't have written the script any worse. Couldn't have written the script any worse. At least that happened on a weekend, so I had a little bit time to recoup. And yeah, I haven't been sick in a while. So hope you guys are doing well, feeling well. Hope the family's going well. Anyone dealing with health challenges or anything like that, I hope everything's going well. And I hope you guys are having fun trading. I know you are. That was the big shout out from Anthony, as he said in the back. He's like, man, this is fun. Yeah, this is fun. Look at this potential. As we looked at that hourly, we drew this line on the hourly, right? You guys put this into the framework, huh? The framework of the hourly. Let's go ahead and make this a white line, okay? Let's look at this real quickly. And this is London with Bitcoin Spike. Hope you guys are doing well. Shout out to the VIP top level of membership. Just a ton of good traders. Guys that literally put them in I tell you guys, if you're learning, it's a great place to be. There are guys that they're not new to the market. I'll tell you that. A lot of you guys aren't new to the market. But like Anthony, he's like, he didn't know what futures were, and then boom, he's just chewing it up like 180% of the time. Bam. That's day one. Guys, just day one. Bam. That's, I think, the second triple digit he's had today. Very impressive. And never overexposed on leverage. You guys know that. Never overexposed on leverage. Looking at this level of resistance on the hourly. Let's dig into that on the hourly into the lower time frame. Let's take a look at this and see what she's currently trying to do on the 1 minute. Let's go to that 1 minute and see that she's trying to hold up and above that specific level of prior resistance on that hourly to confirm as a level of support. That would be huge. Now we do have some defects in the construction here of this ascending triangle. You guys always know the easiest way to look at an ascending triangle in terms of the classic expectations, and this was one I told VIP in the back, I'm like, it just seems like, the bulls are trying to break through this. We should, with the pushes we're getting, it seems like we should be able to break through this, right? And, yeah, shout out to VIP in the back, guys. What were we going to talk about? This, okay, the 1-2-1-2. Let's talk about this real quickly. Now, in terms of the classic definition of an ascending triangle, always understand we would typically like a 1. Let me go ahead and block this up a little bit, make this polyline a little bit, there we go, a little bit more stout so you guys can see this. Now, we would always like this 1, 2, 1, 2, right? Up and out, boom, boom, okay? We want this 1, 2, 1, 2, right? And in the context thereof, we'd like to have it in the same. Let's look at this, okay? So if we have this, and this is the issue here. We have kind of this rounding in, right? So we have this feature here. Let me start this below just so we accurately do this. I'm keeping an eye on this current attempt to reconfirm resistance as support. Let's go through the technicals right now. Okay, in terms of the classic definition or what you're going to look for anytime, this helps me. I think it'll help you guys in terms of the ascending triangle. Okay, let's assume we've backed off enough here to have a clean run up into an ascending framework of an ascending triangle. We don't like a double hitch into like this. Okay, we don't like that. Okay, we don't like it's like instead of a 1, 2, it's like a 1.5, 2, right? Or a 1.252, right? We don't want that, guys. This kind of a double hitch can cause complications down the road. You can get this framework. We have an internalized ascending triangle here. The cleanest framework that we can present is 1, 2, 1, 2, bam. That's it, guys. We want a flat top line. Easy does it, right? Flat top line, ascending line of support, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's it. You want 1 resistance, 2 support, 2 resistance, 2 support, 1, 2, 1, 2, okay? If you would look at that, 2 hits along support, 2 hits along resistance, okay? So you're just 2 sets of just the resistance support. Looks like we're breaching back down through. Nice book on that specific trade, Anthony, without a doubt. And it looks like we're coming back into the framework of this target right now that we had assessed, which was the apex of that rising wedge, okay? We can discuss that again, but within the framework of the complications that we're looking at right now, right, as we trade these guys, we trade, right? This is not a hey, we get bragging points for being right. We trade. That's what we do, guys. That's what we enjoy doing. So looking at the framework here, we do have, let's say, after this this period of time up here, we do have a small move into this level here. That would be a 1, 2, 1, 2, and we spend some time down here formulating another ascending triangle. Then we're confused back up with this preceding level here, this level to the left, right? Level of resistance, right? Then we have this higher level of resistance here. So we really establish within the framework here, we had 1 level of resistance to beat, right? As we would look at the framework of this line here. Guys, this looks best on a big screen TV, right? Second level of resistance to beat here. Then we have the tertiary level of resistance, right? The third level of resistance here. Now, the complication is, as we look at this, it fails to meet the classic definition of the ascending triangle because we don't have additional hits on this top level here, right? So it's a level of uncertainty in the market. It's not something that's preferred by the bulls, just so that you know, right? It's just not something that we're, if we could choose otherwise, especially on an ascending triangle, we would. It was clear today that the bulls were coming into the market and coming into the market just soundly, right? It was a nice framework to trade into. I know that the VIP traded quite a bit on that specific move here to the upside. I know several did. And to the extent I ever say, look, I did too. I don't need to say that, guys. You guys know I'm trading with you all the time, okay? So, yeah, we made some money. VIP made some money on that specific move. Proper technique and just recognition. I asked the VIP before this breakout here, I'm like, who's watching Bitcoin, right? Because, I was just like, yo, guys, you watching Bitcoin? Because it looked like she could do something and kind of dance to the upside. She certainly did. It was a nice move. Still kind of working with this line of preceding resistance to support. We'll discuss, I guess, the additional parameters after we get through. We can close out more or less on this. Let's look at the 5 minute. Now, if you can clean things up on a specific time frame, try and do it. Like always, try and clean up something on a different time frame. That was the 1 minute time frame. The 5 minute is a little bit better, right? A little bit better. It's a little bit descending as we look into this, right? We like that flat top, right? So the 1 minute is the best in terms of just those flat tops we saw, the three levels. But with this level here, this level, and then that next level up across the top. So what I'll say is that, guys, if you can clean it up on a time frame, find that flat top on any time frame, the ascending line of support, always just look for is just easy does it. Looking for the 1, 2, 1, 2, and bam, up and out, right? We shouldn't have that. It shouldn't be that complicated. Let me tell you what does complicate things quite a bit is when we have this round-in feature. Just pay attention when these occur, okay? Because the market's going to say that's part of the one or not, right? This can be a complication, right? In terms of your, because what'll happen a lot of times, guys, I'll just tell you, we'll just cover this, is that you'll get into this, and then you'll get into this, and then you'll get into this right here, right? And you'll just have a preceding flat top level of resistance here that's flat, and you won't have another two, right? We're fine as long as we have that additional secondary that hit along. If we have the 1, 2, 1, 2, we're fine. Right, a lot of times it won't give it to us. It will abridge this secondary hit in here, and that's where complication, that's where market uncertainty enters big time. And we're like, okay, we wanted another hit along the level of support. Let's really frame out this, and that's, I think, where the biggest level of uncertainty comes in for the market in terms of these patterns. Okay, if we were to look at this specific pattern framework here, you'd be able to see. And shout out to the VIP. Hope you guys are having a good weekend. Hope everything's going good, right? As we would look at this framework, yeah, that'd be a nice 1, 2, 1, 2 down into this level here. That's fantastic, right? But what'll happen a lot of times in your ascending triangles is you'll wind up with something like this, preceding level, kind of this hitch in, the roll in to the triangulation resistance, support resistance. The support's way up here. So you'll start trying to draw something that looks like this, and it's like, wait, where's my level of resistance? The more you get into something like this, it's like, no, that's not going to be an ascending triangle. Stick with that 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, I think that'll get you guys there. Okay. Now trying on the 1 minute here. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Nice price action. Let's see. Close. Yeah, we actually hit this specific target level on the candle wicks. We've had to take that. VTC just rolling. Nicely done. 3% to the upside. It was within expectations, guys. We need some green on the screen on the weekends, right? We're around the golden pocket. We should have some price action. You should get a little bit of a bull flag. Let's look on the 15 seconds. Let's dig in just a touch here. And no, looks like we're very well structured within an attempt for a bull pennant, guys. Move to the upside, and we're just along that preceding level of resistance on the hourly right now. Preceding level of resistance across, guys, from that hourly level of resistance, and we are expressing, not the first time we've been in a choppy looking bull pennant. VIP in the back, you guys know that, right? All day long she's been throwing bad looking pennants at the traders, and it's just been one of those deals. Like, the more you want to focus on it, get involved in it, it's like, I guess that was not going to work out, right? Let me see what we got. And Freddie's saying, what's up, Freddie? I love that, brother. What do you say? It is crucial that you join VIP and get access to the back rooms where VIP dwell. YouTube may not notify you, but our Twitter alert gets it to us every time. Boom. Look at Freddie, my man. Thank you, Freddie. Freddie, thank you. We got to do some music. This is going to blast you guys out. I did the rework on this, but I'm going to keep it loud just because of guys like Freddie, and he's just a champ. He's just awesome. What's up, Freddie? I appreciate that. What's up, Richard? Richard. And what's up, awesome white guys? Welcome, brother. We want you in the back, brother. We want you VIP. And let me hit this. I got to say, Richard, I just saw these on the side. I'm going through these ascending triangles so you guys know how to trade them, because we trade them in the back, guys. If you don't know how to trade them, I just tell you guys, it's a crucial deal. We're going to blast this loud, guys. I think it's going to be louder. You may want to turn your what do we want to do? Where is this Spaceman Angel Rocket? What's up, Angel? Hope you're doing well, brother. Super chat on. I got to rock this, guys. It may be loud. Turn your speakers down just a touch. We got to do this for Freddie because the super chat is on while we try and maintain level of resistance to support. Let's see what we got here.
How may I help you? Thank you and enjoy your flight. Once airborne, the captain will let you know when you can use approved electronic devices.
Oh, yeah. What's up, Freddie, my man? I redid everything on that, and I really appreciate. I can't say enough, Freddie, my man. We're going to have you up on the top one day. We're going to do something cool. We need to feature you. You've really turned into a great, consistent supporter. Yeah, man, we just love to see it because it lets me know you're doing well. It's just not a big deal. It's like, hey, it's $25, it's $50. Angel would, splash in with $500, $1,000. It's like, he'd have big days. And as you guys refine your techniques, I told Richard earlier on, I'm like, Richard, man, you're showing up with like triple digits like all the time. At some point, you want some bragging rights. You got to brag, man. You're doing well in your trades. It lets me know you guys are doing well. It lets me know you're capable of doing well when you guys super chat. That's the bottom line. It's just fun, right? It's part of the deal. Love the video effects. I'm glad that you like those video effects, and we are just happy to have you in VIP, my man. And for, anybody who's just kind of listening, anybody who's kind of chilling out, we just have a killer crew. It's a lot of fun. It's the right group, without a doubt. And a lot of people have a lot going on. You guys know that. In terms of like life, I know Chris, we chit chat sometimes. I know you got a lot going on. Freddie, all day long, he's just swamped. Richard, you're in training. Always looking for a flat top here. Essentially, guys, flat top. Resistance, can we pick up into a level of support here? Can buyers express this move to the upside? A little bit of a complication on that 1 hourly, and excuse me, been a little bit under the weather just this last 24, 48 hours, about 48 hours now. But Freddie, let's say one thing. Freddie, let's talk about the fact that. In terms of like notifications, what your message is, it is crucial that you join VIP and get access to the back rooms where VIP dwell. YouTube may not notify you, but our Twitter alert gets out to us every time VIP. And that's just the truth, isn't it? The Twitter is just fantastic, huh? They have that enterprise level of security, right? Enterprise, like meaning like, business standard. We love that business standard. There's nothing wrong with that. Like a business standard, like that's awesome. Business standard level of security, right? They have like research teams as well. What I love about Twitter is they actually have a research team. This is pre-Elon, I suppose, post-Elon as well, that will actually look into and investigate a situation with some realistic componentry to it, like at an enterprise level. So if you make a complaint about something, right, then Twitter will actually research it and verify it. They'll actually look into it and do like a diligent job on it. It's very impressive. It's nice to be a part of Twitter. We look forward to what the future holds, and we hope it doesn't change too much because it's been pretty nice. I know a lot of people got booted off of Twitter though, so I had to say I wasn't part of that crew. So I chose not to get kicked off by not trying to kick anybody else or kick anyone on or off the bus or whatever they were doing. I didn't want to kick. No one kick anybody anywhere. Just you guys just relax. Everybody calm down. We're going to make it. Like the crash landing on the airplane movie. Calm down. Get control of yourself. It's like we went through a little bit of that in 2020. I think 2020. So to the extent that we're trying to add some humor. Freddie, my man. And what were we talking about? What's the movie we were talking about, Freddie? MC Hammer. We're talking about MC Hammer. Looking at this potential move back down to the target. Now, that's a nice express move. Is it going to get there? Potentially, and that's great in terms of, boom, Freddie talking about being in the back rooms. You guys have no idea how many of these, if you're just watching and tuning in right now, if you've been busy all weekend, you gotta just talk about it, guys. You have no idea how many of these. And Freddie, I really appreciate. Thank you, the super chat, just getting that message out there. You say it in a way that people listen. That's from the heart, brother. That's VIP in the house, right? So, and I try and give you guys the direct link for the stream. I try and do that. That in the back room's always doing that, and I should always post to YouTube as well. I guess I should do that to YouTube right now. I haven't always been doing that. I stopped doing that a little bit, but I can do that. Look at Freddie. Is Freddie on top of it with another 100%? I got to check that out, Freddie. Boom, you got another 100%. I'm going to put live now, and let's make sure we get anybody from Twitter, as you remind me. And I'm going to put stream. Let me put, as we see that just the nailing that downside target, right? Stream. I'm going to put Bitcoin, and there we go. And there we go. Bam. I'll get that out to people on Twitter. Thank you for reminding me about that. That's a great move. Great move and very true. Yeah, we're VIP dwell. That's just cool because we just chill. We're back there. It's like, okay, you guys watching this, heads up. Watch for the what is it? The juke, the head fake on BTC, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Now, when I see this kind of rollover, a few things happen to me in terms of the identifying this specific target ahead of time. Now, when could we identify this target? Honestly, when price is up here, right? Copy that. Now you can get left in the dust. You guys know, boom, you can get left in the dust on this move. However, if your screen is green, if you literally have a big decision to make, right? You're in the profit heftily, right? You're going to play this game where you're going to try and be greedy or not. You're going to try and be reasonable versus reasonable or greedy, and it's going to bite you enough times. You're going to start booking your trades. You're going to watch it, and I'll tell you, you guys, I think you'll get very, very comfortable with one thing. I think you'll get very comfortable with the fact that at some point, if she impresses the rest of the crowd and not you, right? If Bitcoin decides to really impress the rest of the crowd and not you, you're going to become comfortable enough at some point with the fact that, well, one or two out of these, let's say 2/3 of these may hit these lower side targets, and let her go ahead and impress some people here. And I bet you along the way, while she's impressing people to the upside, I'm probably going to have another one of these, and you'll literally develop this kind of like thick skin, right? Hang out with good friends with a sense of humor, you'll have kind of thick skin, right? You'll figure it out, right? You're not going to get insulted easily, stuff like that. Yeah, when the market boom moves against you, it's like, okay, let's find our next. You'll get to this point. Let's just find our next downside target, right? And you'll just kind of enjoy the fact that you still have this downside target if it weren't met, right? So to the extent that boom, well, you got left out of, well, where's my next downside target? Boom, restructuring price. If nothing more, it's not a big deal, right? It's just not a big deal. Shout out to Anthony, my man. What's up? Great to see your new trades. It's first day, Freddie. You have to say first day. Look at Freddie in the house. What's up? 114%, right? Look at this, 114%. Look at Anthony, 189%. Richard woke up with 400%. Richard, where are you at? Come here. I got to hunt this down. Richard, can you DM me I don't know where this is, Richard. It may take me a minute to find it. I don't know if I can find this or not. Richard, I need you to DM me, please, your 400% move. So look at this. Bam, back down to our specific target to the downside. That's some nice action. Let's look at where we're at right now. 6 o'clock at night, Central Standard Time. 3%. I am so over these altcoins, man. The altcoins can go. Let them chill. Let them chill for a while. Chill for a minute, right? We're going to be trading Bitcoin. Let them chill for a little minute, right? We're going to be trading Bitcoin, right? I'm just, it's fine. An altcoin goes on a run, really, huh? It's fine. As we look at this, let me see. Richard on fire, 400% gains. Yeah, 400% to start the day. And, you know what that's like, as we're looking at let's see, I was going to say VIP. So look, flat top support. Flat bottom support. Let's say flat bottom support, rather. Okay, very interesting dynamic here. Okay, where you can really see that this apex is in play right now. Let's just note this. This apex is in play with this specific. Go to go to the 1 minute. I think the 1 minute will demonstrate this to you well. Okay, this specific rising wedge, you can tell that this level is in play, guys. That this specific target to the downside, that is a feature right now in terms of bulls trying to continue to maintain price to the upside. They're not giving up thus far, guys. They are not giving up. We have a higher price target to the upside. However, as we covered that ascending triangle, we do have a little bit of what we say, complication in this level from the preceding flat top resistance, next level flat top resistance, next level down flat top resistance as well. As we would go into this sub feature, we could talk about the sub feature. We really haven't discussed it much yet. This specific, let's go ahead and identify this very quickly, and shout out to everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. This specific move to the upside, let's look at this as kind of an attempt for a bull pennant. Do you guys see kind of an internalized bull pennant here? I know that you've seen it, that you were looking at this. We all were, right? If we were to remove this, just quickly, we'll go back to the ascending triangle framework. But as we would look at this, and guys, as you trade, this is what catches your eye, right? Move to the upside. This specific triangulated feature here, right? This symmetrical triangulation would be indicated. Are we trying to formulate another one of those at the top level? We'll go through this. Let me remove the ascending triangle framework here and see kind of as BTC could be, I don't like that flat bottom support. That's one thing that gets me, right? Anytime I see a flat bottom support, I want that angled. Anytime I can get this angle to the downside, we don't want to set a flat bottom support. We just don't, guys. You look at the framework here. We don't want a descending triangle, guys. Now, you can beat them, right? We just did. Right, and what's the problem? Well, then we got the preceding levels of I'm just going to tell you guys, if you're a bull, you don't prefer descending triangles. Some people won't trade them. They'll just be like, that's fine, go ahead. I'm not going to trade them. You guys know that. As we would look at the, always go to your candle wicks, any differentiation. Slight ascension there. That's not bad. Slight ascension there. And let's see where we're at. Let's dig into this before we go to those lower levels there. What is the let's say the upside target of this specific move? And I know you guys are trading. Congratulations all the VIP. You guys are doing great. This specific move could take us up to let's say this zone here, 30,492. Just to go through the technicals. I know you guys are ripping through technicals on your own, etc. As we would go through this, it's just they're difficult patterns for a reason, guys. Descending triangles. Now BTC has not been. Let's just talk about it. As we went back down to this specific level to the downside, we structured around this specific, what was this? Let's go into the triangulation and talk about this specific target here, the framework here. Okay, we were looking at this apex of this ascending wedge here that bulls did hit right back down into, boom. So some really unorthodox, I'd say, technicals right now. Bitcoin has been full of them today, absolutely full of them. If you guys looked at the preceding, and Richard, you know this, the preceding what were they, guys? Bull pennants. We talk about bull pennants. Man, you don't even want to talk about it. Earlier on today, early in the day, pick a bad bull pennant and watch Bitcoin perform. Pick a good one and watch her clam up. It was bad, guys. Literally, it was just very contraindicated in terms of the price functioning, in terms of this, I'd say this level here. Right, in terms of the features, if you guys will recall this specific situation, were you guys trading? I was trading, so I remember this very, very particularly. Let's just review a little bit of the price action, right? This specific move in here, move to the upside, symmetrical consolidation, boom, just nothing good, guys. Nothing good came to those who waited for a perfect pattern and just didn't. The preceding level here, right, we had a just to talk about what Bitcoin's been doing recently over the course of the day, we had I'd say the framework of a bull pennant move to the upside, symmetrical consolidation here that fell out to the downside, then ripped to the upside. So it's just very unorthodox, and we could say that this pushed into a clearly into a descending wedge. Okay. However, we had a really nice formulation at the lower time frames. It was a nice bull pennant move to the upside, symmetrical consolidation that pushed down into it, really failed and then surprised the traders. It just did. This one here was perfectly formed and just kaput. Anyone who got involved in this is like, are you serious? You kidding me? You fail one here, you give us a perfect one here, you get involved and just have a seat. Everybody, everyone who's in the market, boom, please have a seat. It's like, man, we came here to run, we came here to trade, right? Shout out to Freddie, our VIP in the house, who is trading. Congratulations. Just talking a little bit about the the framework here in terms of, let's see, the move to the upside. Let's just go through here. Beating an ascending wedge with a descending triangle on top. Very unorthodox, guys. Very, very, very unorthodox. You guys get this? Beating an ascending wedge. Anyone who trades a lot's like, yeah, there you go. Beating this is Bitcoin on the weekend. By the way, if this doesn't cause you to be a little bit humorous, you gotta check yourself a little bit, guys. You're beating an ascending wedge with a descending triangle stacked on top. Everybody's like, sure, yeah, I'll be in on that in 2 seconds, right? Some of you guys may be trading. I wouldn't put it past VIP at all. But when you look at it, it's like, okay, an ascending wedge is supposed to be bearish, right? Great. We're going to beat one with a bearish pattern stacked on top. It's just the epitome, guys. As you would look at a non-technical trade, it would make a trader who knows what he's doing just laugh. Literally, he just sit there and start laughing. He's like, that's a joke. That's just what, sure, we can trade it. That's not the point. We can trade it, right? It's still a pattern formation. Could it be? And this is important, guys. It is important, however laughable it may be. It's honestly, if you trade a lot, it's humorous. It's a funny situation, right? It's an ascending wedge, okay, bearish pattern structure, right, that we're going to beat with a descending triangle on top. It's just, you have to, and it's humor that only traders are going to understand, because a descending triangle is by default going to be a bearish pattern, right? So the fact that we would beat a bearish pattern with a bearish pattern, it's just the epitome of Bitcoin. When she wants to do what she wants to do, she's going to take cash from people if you're on the wrong side of it. Sometimes those bulls, guys who are just framed in to hitting those longs like VIP have been all day long, sometimes she's gonna make it rain and pour, and it's gonna be a good day, guys. So this is one of those days, right? Just don't get used to ascending wedges being beaten, or get, essentially when I say being beaten, right, in terms of the expectation would be to the downside. Price action down and out of this wedge. Just don't get used to stacking a descending triangle on top of a bearish pattern and having the bearish pattern beat the assist you in facilitating and beating the bearish pattern to the downside with a move to the upside. Just don't get used to it. Just don't. I do not want to see people going in heavy on the next one of these. You see, okay, great. This does not attract, guys. It's the weekend on Bitcoin. Got to tell you that. I'm going to state that again, because honestly, this just doesn't attract huge amounts of institutionally recognized foundational cash on this point. It wouldn't, guys. It's a bearish pattern stacked on a bearish pattern that's moving to the upside. Now, what we can say about that is that it's impressive, right? At least she's being creative, and bulls are hammering through without regard really to the pattern framework. We're going to stick, and I've said this earlier on, I'm going to stick to my technicals. I just am. I'm going to stick to my technicals. Now, in terms of the framework here that I started to discuss when we got some upside price action, you guys who are in a trade, congratulations. Up 3.36%, up about 0.3 to 0.5% as we're watching this. And a good time to discuss what I wanted to discuss when I brought up this smaller pattern underneath. And shout out to the VIP. Hope you guys having a good weekend. Had a great weekend with family, friends, etc. Work, hopefully off the clock a little bit. I wanted to do a little bit of a framework here in terms of, and we could do this. That's probably the correct one to do. In terms of the extensions to the upside, right? If we were to take this flagpole and repeat it here, right, we're going to run into a full 100% completion move, right? That's important in terms of the dynamics that we're looking at, okay? Move to the upside, this specific symmetrical triangulation, and this was a decently well formed, guys, in terms of this internalized bull pennant. We scrapped the idea that we were in a nice bull flag, right? We poured down from that. We were in a bull flag. Looking at this, let's review this just so that we stay focused. And I'm just reviewing a lot of the price patterning. You may be saying, well, you're not focused on trading right now. I want to get through a lot of the pattern dynamics, make sure that we cover these, because these flow over into the next week of price action, okay? This trade may last you you guys have been trading all weekend long. I'm not worried about that, guys, okay? We need to talk about the dynamics in play so that we can focus on them and understand better the next week that's to come, rather than just, it's time to take, it's time to go, it's time to wait. We could wait on this pattern for the next 4 or 5 hours. We just could. We're at a critical point in terms of prior resistance on that hourly, trying to move to the upside. Okay, but I'm going to put this in context. I just am. This specific, after we failed this flag, move to the upside, downward sloping channel, what do we have? We corrected it with a move to the upside and a symmetrical triangulation of bull pennant. Now, what do the Fibonacci extensions do for you guys? What do they do? If you start at this specific level here, okay, meaning where this flagpole is centered right here, and guys, pay attention. Freddie, thank you so much for that super chat. Means a lot, brother. It's kind of a personal cool deal for me. I really appreciate it. Just personally, I think it's cool. Like, it's just cool. It's just like, that's what the channel's about. It's like, it's cool. Now, you're a cool dude, period. In terms of that, blessing. Appreciate it, brother. Move to the upside. Okay, we're going to initiate the extensions where, guys? We're going to click at the bottom, bam. Click at the top, bam. That gives us a flagpole on the extensions, right? We're going to drag from the bottom to the top. We're going to drag back down to where? Where we would stack that flagpole, bam, right here. Okay? Now, what does that give us? It shows us that the 100% level right up here was where we tapped out, okay, on that original move to the top, to the upside, okay? What does that mean? That means 100%, meaning the preceding move is you click 1, click 2, click 3. 3 is down here at the point where you would initiate the repeat of this move. We want to know the percentage repeated of this move. Bam, stack that on top, boom, right into the ground level floor here, and bam, that's up at the 100% level. You see? So I'm bringing this up because your extensions can help you confirm, right, if indeed this did perform in line with a strong bull pennant. Move to the upside, symmetrical consolidation. We would stack this, we would stack this preceding flagpole, bam, as a repeat move to the upside, yes, and that extension is going. The extension tool is going to show us, yeah, it's going to show us that 100%. 100% of what? 100% of the preceding move, that preceding move that you just did. Click 1, click 2, bam, on the extension, right? Click 1, click 2, right? That's the original move, right? Drawn down to the level at which it will begin to repeat right here, bam. And yes, that move here, this move repeats 100%. It's the flagpole, boom, repeats, bam, up to the 100%. You guys see how that works? You can work it on a flag. You can work it on anything that has a measured move componentry to it that you want to say, yes, I need this. I want to see if this is, let's say, scope this out ahead of time and say, where's my 100% take? Right? That's one of the key features. Say this looks like a nice bull pennant. What would be the maximization here in terms of the take at the repeat of this specific flagpole? Right? That's just calculative. Working on those extensions, guys. Always looking at the boom, carry up, bam, right into that level. You see that? Boom. So just make sure that you understand how those extensions work. Click 1, click 2. That's the measurable component. That's your flagpole. Boom, boom. Brought down to, right? That third click is always down to the essentially the initiation of where that flagpole would rest or take off. Boom. That would be that level here. That last hit upon that level of support. So that's important as we look at that. So here we stand, guys, at this level of, let's look at this 1 hourly real quickly. And let's look at this level of resistance. Boom. Okay, across this top level here, level of resistance. Let's take a peek at the daily real quickly. I'm interested in that daily. Very interesting in terms of the daily. I just want to reference it real quickly. Okay. I'm going to do this real quickly. And the daily. Let's take a fresh look at the daily. Let's look at the daily in terms of this specific feature here. And I'm going to tell you guys, the daily doesn't look too bad, but the 4 hourly is a little bit interesting, isn't it? Literally, as you look at the daily, let's cover this real quickly, guys. As you see price doing what price, guys, it's having a nice day, 3%. That's nice. It's not going to be an earth-shattering move for you. Hopefully, those are the famous last words, and it's just an earth-shattering move for you. But looking at this framework here, this reverse triangulation on the daily, you guys see this? I want to go over this real quickly in case any VIP missed it in the back, guys. This specific reverse triangulation, expanding level of resistance and expanding level of support, reverse triangulation. Elliott Wave says this is supposed to be a continuation pattern. Elliott Wave International, right? Now, in terms of the drop feature here, boom. Will that be to the upside? There's going to be some ambiguity because while we have this expansion on daily, check out the 4 hourly. Let's do this. Let's take this from the daily. Let's move this right here. And let's take this and let's go ahead and draw the 4 hourly instead of the daily. There we go. Clear as mud, guys. Right? This is from the daily on the left. You just saw that. You just saw the daily on the left being the reverse. Literally, this was the reverse. This is the daily, guys, with the expansion on the level of resistance, the expansion on level of support, right? Descending support, ascending resistance. Now look at your 4 hourly. Guys, she's not trying to send you good she's not trying to send you good vibes. She's not trying to send you easy answers. When we're booking trades in the back, I got to tell you guys, when we're booking trades in the back, like 189%, like 114%. Yo, Freddie, what's up? Yo, Anthony, what's up? 189%. She ain't helping out all that much, okay? I'm just going to tell you guys, a matter of absolute fact, she's not sitting there being kind and, oh, it's no problem, and they have all the answers. No, guys. You guys are earning your stripes with these trades. The 100 rounds. I like to say that, guys, 100 rounds. Give it 100 rounds in terms of your approach to the market. Don't just show up with, well, I've done 5 or 6 trades. I've started to understand a little bit. I'm ready. I can beat the market. Guys, there's like, 10 million traders out there? They as high as 50 million. But I'll just say 10, the number has probably been conjured, so we need an accurate source on that. But I've read as many as 50. Say 5 million good traders. You're just going to step up and just front and just hit into all of them, right? You're going to beat all of them, right? It's not easy, guys. It's competitive to the extent that we got the right group in the back. We're saying, yo, heads up, you guys got this, et cetera. Constantly reframing the technicals, looking for that advantage. It's just a big deal. Right, so I'm excited to be a member of the group. You guys are just rocking. I'm just excited that we have this group. It's the right group. I know this. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Very, very cool. Looking at this, and you guys, it's just I bring up this contradiction from the daily to the 4 hourly because, okay, let's assume they're both continuation patterns. That would be the one way to rectify this. Okay, let's just assume they're both continuation patterns, right? We'll take this 4 hourly off the map now. We'll go back with the daily here, and we're going to run into another situation again. She's not trying to help anybody, guys. She's not trying to help you. If anybody, she's not trying to help us, guys. I'll just tell you that. The day trader, she's not trying to provide clear signals. So this is the reverse, that daily, of the boom, the 4 hourly. And you guys just know this. I don't even have to get into the discussion much, guys. Are we in a situation where BTC USDT, all right, USDT may be acting as a continuation pattern to the downside, right? That would be the indication. Oh, it's a continuation pattern, boom, to the downside, right? USDT. We didn't get a golden pocket hit. Versus, as we would look at this, guys, on USD, now we're talking a completely different ball game. Right now, on USD, what have we done on USD? On Bitcoin dollar pair. On the dollar pair, we have a clear indication of, let's just go into, let's say it would be a continuation pattern to the upside. Clearly, right? We hit it down into the golden pocket, right? No problem. Right? So your indications from the tether to the, and guys, anytime you see an ascending or a descending wedge that fails, just mark it. Just mark it. Just do it. Just do it so that you'll have something to point to the downside. If you're not always looking at your Fibonacci's, anything else, it'll gear you potentially to the opposite way there. Just a bit, guys. But you see that the continuation from, and these are things that need to be discussed. We're having a good price action. What do we have? 3.2. Okay, 3.29. We're looking at the flat top. You guys know this. We got this in the back, right? These levels. We started off with these levels, right? This flat top resistance here with an ascending line of support, right? We've talked about the need for the 1-2, 1-2. All right, that's the 1-2, 1-2, right? You guys get that? I think clearly we're in the 1-2, 1-2 on the ascending triangle framework. That's not bad, guys. 1-2, 1-2, boom. Looks nice. Okay, we have that level of resistance across the top, noted on that 4 hourly. Okay, we're currently dealing with the hourly level of resistance. That's a nice looking move, guys. You have to admit. Now on the lower time frames, on the hourly, et cetera, it looks like we do delve down into just a bit here. What we have already, I say, accomplished on this intermediate level, the micro level here, but we do have this specific level to finalize to be conquered in terms of that level of resistance across the top. So just pay attention to that. So just understanding kind of where we're at, because you may be in a situation or a circumstance right now where you're asking yourself, well, should I just go? I mean, if I'm not heavy, should I go heavy now? Right? That's the bottom line. Some of you may be like, well, I'm booking my trades. We're in the back. We're killing it in terms of patterning, etc. And I would say this right now in terms of that specific statement. I don't know who I'd be talking to if I were to give you guys a real clear answer on that. I don't know who I'd be talking to. in terms of the community, everything else. I know if I say that in the back, right, or if I know if I'm texting to one of you guys or something like that, we have a discussion about you going heavy or doing something like that. I know exactly. I know exactly who I'm talking to on this whole program here. I don't know who I'd be talking to, guys. Do you? I mean, they could be non-VIP, right? I mean, Freddie, they could be non-VIP, right? Richard, they could be non-VIP, right? I mean, I don't know. I mean, looking at that, I mean, that's probably, that's probably better information just for VIP. Right? Would you go heavy or otherwise? Understand you have contradictions looking at you to really put this square in the face of anybody who'd be curious. You have contradictions looking at you from the 4-hourly to the daily, from the tether to USD. If you're comfortable making a huge, large investment decision with contradictions slapping you on every side of the face, man, this trade was made for you. I gotta tell you, this trade was made for you. If you're comfortable with the daily telling you something different than the 4-hourly, and you agree with and you're happy about the tether chart looking different than the USD chart, man, have I got a trade for you. I'm just gonna tell you, right? It's just, at the end of the day, guys, you can laugh about it a little bit, but come on, huh? It's oh yeah, we're gonna go heavy on this one. Come on, guys. It's like, can we get one more signal from the market telling us that, by the way, you might not know what you're doing, right? By the way, there might be something else going on with the market. I believe that has been communicated loudly and clearly, right, in terms of, by the way, your tether doesn't match your dollar chart, huh? By the way, your daily doesn't match with your 4-hourly chart. How much cash can they take from retail? By the way, that's gonna be on the front page of Goldman Sachs internal report tomorrow. There's something along those lines, guys, like how much cash can be taken from retail. Literally, you guys understand this? It's just at some point it's like the daily different than the 4-hourly, different than the hourly from the 5-minute, et cetera, et cetera. We expect those complications, but not from the tether to the dollar, guys. Not from USDT. Not from USDT to the US dollar pair on Bitcoin, guys, with a hit to the gold pocket and not, yeah. If that just screams go large to you, well, I think you guys you're built for better than that, guys. I have to honestly say, I think you're built for better than that. Lightly exposed. Enjoy your 100 rounds as we trade. You guys know this, and I'm happy that we're going a little bit lightly. Now, in terms of this, it doesn't have to not matter. You guys know that. You still stay involved, but I mean, if you win it, I got to tell you guys, if you win this trade, I'll tell you, up to our target right here. Do you want to be the guy that just literally? Well, I threw in, just the larger amount of money becomes a little bit interesting right now. I'm going to tell you guys, because it's like, I can trade. Let me tell you, I can trade, because you had 15 things telling you the wrong or the different. You had 15 different answers. Oh, and you put that much cash into it. It worked out, man. Whew, can't wait to see how your year works out. Honestly, guys, honestly. As you start to look at some of the mixed signals that we're in the market, the measured approach to this market works. Heavy cash reserves. There's no reason to be overexcited when we have completely different answers to the story. And they're legitimately framed into the technical, guys, down to the dollar and tether. It's just we have different answers to the story. That's the bottom line. So to the extent that there is a magic code and a correct answer right now, no, guys. There may be half or a third of somebody who decides to get this right and is going to beat their chest about, I told you guys. I told you. And that's not going to be me right now. I'm going to tell you we have an upside target. Without a doubt, I'll tell you we have an upside target. We haven't abandoned it, period. If you choose to go for the upside target, you do so with the understanding that we also have a downside target, okay? The potential reward for this target here to the upside, you may measure that as you see fit within your own. And I'm not backing off and trying to be right and wrong in the market. Looks like we're moving a little bit. What are we at? 3.5. We'll dig in a second here. Looking at the entirety of the move to the upside, guys. And I said I like this in terms of the 4-hourly is nice. 17.76% to the upside. You got a level of resistance across the top. You got to beat that on the what? On the 4-hourly. We're dealing with the hourly right now. Put this into context, because some people may want to say, well, look, I want to put some heavy cash down, right? You may not want to put it at 100x, right? You may want to put it at 10, right? You may want to put some heavy cash at 10, right? And you could take a bit of a float, right, at 10, something like that, just to I say I level your respect with the market, right? In terms of that, in terms of not all just splash cash. At some point, you'd want to delve into something that matters a touch, right? So I understand that, guys, and I know that you're doing that to some extent. Just be cautious because the market she's been biting traders, guys, who have been going long. You guys know that she's been biting traders who have been going long. We've had some good experience at the top, et cetera. When I say go ahead and get a position, right? Said that a few times, and it's worked out well for those who have. But it still hadn't been easy to hold. Some people didn't even hold their positions. Like it went down 2% or 1%. It's like, well, come on, man. So it's just we have mixed signals. I like the 4-hourly chart right here, with the understanding we're about to come into the level of resistance, and we're just set for earnings this week on NASDAQ. To the extent that anyone knows what that's going to do, it has not been very positive. Supply chain issues, COVID, all these different things that have popped up in terms of the different supply chain, in terms of commodity prices, inflationary impacts with guys' production cycles from almost every sector right now. So there's, the week will look like what the week looks like. I like this ascending triangle. I'm always looking for them. The fact that we're staring at one right now and a potential breakout on the 4-hourly is important. You would definitely be well advised to be able to operate at this level of support again, without a doubt, right? Look at the level of resistance, support, resistance, support, right? Resistance. So yes, we can get up and out and fly. Let's look at this this move to the upside. And shout out to the VIP. Hope you guys are doing well, right? I know you are. You guys are doing great in the back. We're having a lot of fun. It's the right trade group. Let's take a look at this target to the upside. Now, in terms of this, Pathfinder, yo, London, what is up? What is up, Pathfinder in the house? What's up? What's up? Freddie just shouted out with a super chat. It is crucial that you join VIP and get access to the back rooms where VIP dwell. YouTube may not notify you, but our Twitter alert gets it to us every time VIP. So, yeah, Pathfinder, interested. Did you get an alert? We got to ask. Did you get a notification? Let's ask if you got a, let's see. Did you get, let's see here. Let me put this in here. Get a notification. Let's see. Let's see what's going on. Pathfinder in the house. VIP, nice to see you, brother. Nice to see you. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. So, I like the framework. A flat top ascending. Let me go ahead and make this price line a little bit thicker here. Let's look at this. Yeah, I like the framework of what we're looking at. I enjoy ascending triangles. All right, we have a clear line up to this level to the left. All right, I'm prepared personally, guys, to operate here and below at the level of support. Right, it's not necessarily a quick moving. It's not something we're just flying up to go get. It's 3%. Yesterday was up like 1.5%, maybe 2%. Today it's just been like 3%. Let's take a look at USDT, USD T.D tether dominance. Let's see what we got. No, so Pathfinder did not get another non-notification. Noted. Yeah, another non-notification from a VIP member. Wow. Just continually happening. Just what it is. That's okay. That's okay. I guess it's for those who are just grilled into it. Very interesting. Looking at this specific feature here, guys, on tether dominance. This thing looks like it could completely catapult to the downside. What do you guys think? Looking at that tether dominance, the hourly chart, looks like it could just hammer to the downside. I'd be prepared for that. She may hammer to the downside and pick up. Tether goes down, dominance, what happens? Crypto prices go up, right? So she may hammer to the downside and catch around at that, just a slight interaction at this level of the, this is the 30 on the RSI. Pay attention to that, guys. Could be a big deal where she may want to formulate some sort of a falling wedge instead of just an absolute pour to the downside in line with this descending triangle that she has. That would take you back to that level of support on the larger time frame. Looking at that framework, that'd be a big capitulation for I say that for Tether dominance. It just would be. And it's interesting in the componentry right now that Tether is not so dominant. Tether has had some problems. So to the extent that Tether dominance is the end-all be-all crypto price, gauge in terms of the inverse correlative relationship, I don't know, guys. I don't know what you think about that. It's interesting. All right, let's look at BTC USD on top of Tether. New price scale. Let's see what we have here. It's still going to give us that inverse relationship, right? Just down to the T. It's still going to do it, even though people have literally just jettisoned out of Tether. You guys know that, right? Even though people are just fleeing Tether, right? It's like, okay, we still have a perfect inverse relationship. Alrighty then. Alrighty, let's focus on the pattern dynamic provided to us so that we can make that proper trade call on that. And what happened? Luna taking off to the upside in a dramatic twist of fate from the 86% retracement. Just to talk about this, Anthony, you had the right idea, but man, I don't want to see you invest in the price of a rotten potato in Luna right now. I just don't, like one, I don't know. It's just, it is what it is. I've got some other stuff on here. Microsoft, I'm looking at Microsoft. A buddy of mine, he deals with Microsoft a lot. That's just me and him. Doge, the Doge. Looking at Doge. Love Doge. Love the story. Inflationary. It makes sense that the price goes down. Love it. It's the only coin that it makes sense the price goes down 90%. I love it. Everybody else all excited about their technology and everything on their coins sold. Man, this is the one. You hear this? No, do you know about this coin or that coin? It's like, dude, you're down with Doge. Like everybody, the whole market got down with Doge. You guys know this, right? Very important, very, very important to go bull. You want your USD gold in pocket? Yeah. Pathfinder, man, you deserve that. NASDAQ, flat top, descending line of support, right? What are we looking at here, guys? What are we looking on the NASDAQ? We said it was a little troublesome earlier on, huh? We had some trouble this last week. You guys know this is the biggest weekly decline, demise, the biggest weekly decline. Guys, I love this trade group. It is awesome. You guys understand, we are trading through the biggest meltdown in tech stocks since the dot-com bubble. Yeah, that's what we're talking about, guys. That's incredible, guys. When tech stocks are getting hit worse than anything since the dot-com bubble. Like, it's impressive, guys. Very impressive. Now, the entirety of this, let's just measure 27% to the downside. This was 30%. 30% to the downside back on the COVID breach. More aggressive to the downside. You guys know that was more aggressive. But looking at that 30%, looking at this, guys, you're at an equivalent drop with March of 2020 when the world shut down. Okay? Very important. When the world shut down, you're at an equivalent drop right now. Hello. Yo, what's up? Hello, guys. Remember the Big Short? I gave the VIP, I was like, Big Short here in this zone when we had capitulated through this level and we had established dynamic. Big Short, right? Very interesting, guys. Nicely indicated, right? We're at an equivalent drop with the world shutting down. Bam, bam. Not since, guys, the dot-com bubble have we seen this many weekly bad candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hello, guys. 7 weeks compounded. Look at back in 2020. 1, 2, 1 up. 1, 2, 1 up. It was 2 down, 1 up. 2 down, 1 up. Okay. At the top, I guess you call that. Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 to 6 weeks total. This has been brutal, guys. Totally brutal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, say 20 weeks. Yeah, it's been interesting, guys. One of the biggest pullbacks in history of the NASDAQ, tech stocks, etc. So the fact that I just say I love this trade group, guys, because we're trading. And I'll just tell you, I just know this, guys. You're going to be in the group that's going to be around when this stuff, when the dust settles on this stuff. You just are. You're already here. Okay? Period. They're going to have to deal with it. They're going to have to deal with you. They're going to have to deal with VIP. Got a good 50% on a short. Good man, Pathfinder. Good man. And that's good to see, brother. Nice to see you shorting. Nice to see the that framework coming into boom targets. Hit those targets, Pathfinder. And I appreciate you guys being here on the weekend. I know that we got a just a solid trade group. I want to re-encourage you guys because some of this stuff's off the cuff. I tell you guys, you want a long, you want a short. Which charts you want to look at? Honestly, guys, I don't mean to be indecisive, but I mean it becomes an equation that we're looking at. It's like, well, were you part of the group that was allowed to hit the golden pocket or not? Because you really have a rebound effect going on if you're on the chart and the framework. You're going to assume that we're on that rebound trajectory to the upside, right? Say you're on the dollar chart versus on the tether chart, you have a completely different set of implications, guys. So I mean, when the technicals are clear, hey, bravo. Like when I see, like, and one thing that we see right now is I'd say this ascending triangulation on the 4-hourly. I'll say there's a clear pattern here. That's fine. There's a flat top, ascending line of support, clear technical, right? I like this pattern. I've said that multiple times throughout the context, and I may have lost some of the framework. Let's see how much of this. Let's see if TradingView wants to rewind. She may not want to rewind. Let's see what we got here. BTC USD. Let's look at USD. We'll go back to USDT. So people want the right answer. It's not that we don't have answers. You guys have tons of them. Boom. Anthony, bam. And the answer is, guys, buy at support, sell at resistance, trade your patterns, and hit your targets. It is so simple. And it doesn't go without saying. Those are just the market mechanisms that are really, really powerful. Now, I say the most powerful in terms of just preparing and demanding success of yourself. Consistency and discipline. You guys got that right, huh? Consistency and discipline. Look at this at 3.22%. Now, again, nice structured framework here. Watching out for the lines of resistance above. Those are going to be key. I did exit it. I may reinstitute it, but I did have one of these, guys. I want to let you guys know a stop market order. It's a limit order. Okay, it was a market though, so it was a stop market, meaning I had a let me see what I've got here. I may still have this on the books. Let me see if I still have this cooking in terms of my own trade regimen, just to talk about it real quickly. Let's see what we have. Yeah, but it's a stop market order. It executes if we get up and over this level within a threshold up and above high enough to where I want to cover for a small fake out. But if we really get up and going, I've got an order to execute in this area. That's just me. It's in terms of identifying exactly where that level would be, it would be the same or the equivalent of you saying, well, I want to make sure that we break out. Like I'll trade the breakout. Okay, if you're going to trade the breakout of the ascending triangle, what's your strategy? Right? You can get cooked on these guys. You can get cooked on this strategy because you're subject to a fake out, right? To the extent that you get a mean fake out. What do we got here? It doesn't matter when and where you can money. There you go. I love what Richard said earlier. Richard said he woke up to a 400% gain today. Richard, give me that. Send me that specific. Send me that specific. They featured you. You were by the way, Richard, former U.S. military, he was the algorithm, chose Richard to be featured on our preceding video. Very cool. It was just like the star-studded VIP. He's been booking trades. Anthony been booking trades. Freddie been booking trades. Everybody been booking trades. So back to this, the idea of a stop market order. What is that? Well, it's just expressing a trigger, right? I want to trigger entry. If you could do this, start to think of when you would deploy it. Don't do it, let's say, necessarily where this is being discussed right here. Okay, I may cancel this at any time, but just because I had to take a break away from the market, right? I had to take a break away from the market. I was not feeling well earlier this weekend. So I put in, pardon guys, so I put in a stop market order, meaning the market price, right? A trigger event at the market price on a future in this area. So where if we did get up and out here and go, bam, I was prepared to enter on the condition that we achieved a certain price, boom, to the upside, right? So what was I going to miss? Zero. If I had to take a nap, I had to rest, I had to do whatever, I had other business to take care of, whatever it may be, boom, to the upside, bam, we're fine, I'm covered, right? That stop market order, Okay, so that's going to be in the framework. You guys can execute those. You'll see stop limit, stop market. Okay, and that's going to be a stop as a trigger order. Okay, that's a trigger order. Reach a price. I either want to pay for it at my own limit, or I want to pay for it at the market. I want to stop limit or stop market. A stop is a trigger. Boom. On entry, bam. I specify the trigger event. Boom. This area in here. I pick it. Let's say I really get detailed. I start to look at the preceding, let's say, levels of these preceding highs. Let's say I have a threshold here as well. I want to get up and above, and I decide, okay, fine. I'm comfortable right here in this zone. Maybe I give it a percentage, 1% here. I want to get up at over 1.25%, and then I'm in the. If it's in the clear, it seems like it's in the clear. I want to go right, and you're going to gauge. I'm going to tell you guys, if you get into this and you start thinking about it, you're going to gauge your level of exposure in terms of your, listen please, in terms of your leverage. You're going to gauge your leverage depending upon, guys, the likelihood of your experiencing a fake out. Because that'd just be great to go ahead and just pick it up and boom, 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 boom. And I'll just do 100x, no problem. Oh, sure, right? You have to account for the volatility. You have to, guys. You have to, but it can cover your positioning when you maybe otherwise. It can just let you relax in the market just a little bit, guys. Very important, very important. Remember on the 4 hourly. So this is stop market order, right? That's a trigger. Just say a market trigger order. That's it. You guys have figured it out. Look into the options on L Bank. All right, L Bank is what we trade on. You guys know that is 125x, and just look at this, 189%. That's right there. That's Anthony. Boom. That's day one. That's out of the gates. That's awesome, Anthony. That's so cool. I'm gonna go ahead and put in the the L Bank right now, and you guys know, former financial professional, former hedge fund, non-SEC, but in terms of everything, guys, not financial advice, but I have to say, man, Anthony, that was the coolest first trade. Period. You did hedge. He hedged, guys. He hedged. Anthony hedged on his first trade in the market. That is so cool. That is just rocking. There ain't nobody else doing that. Boom. VIP in the house. What's up? In the house, my man. I want to put 125x Bitcoin and 50x alts. But you guys know that. Those alts as well. You can play with them if you want to. They can make some money. I just like you guys are doing so great on Bitcoin. It's really nice to watch, guys. It's nice to trade with you. Bottom line. So stalled out just a little bit here. We have this target to the upside. Let's see this target to the upside. Where are you? On USDT. Let's see USD. Where is it? USDT. Let's go into. Let's get back into USDT here. In the framework USDT. There we go. Now we have this move to the upside. All right. You're in an ascending triangle below, right? If you had a clear shot, boom, right, to the target, 35,775. Man, wouldn't that be great? Let's see what we would do if let's get into the USD chart. Let's do something we haven't done. Let's go ahead and do this. Looking at the extensions that we use, let's go ahead and do these extensions. Let's see what we would have in line with. Look at that. That's nice. I guess you would say that's very nice. It's a nice coincidence, guys, that we would look at our upside target. Please pay attention. Just pay attention to this, just so that you know what's going on. All right? As we look at our extensions on USD from the low to the high, we want to measure the preceding flagpole, right? Click 1, click 2. Extensions, right? Fibonacci. We want to take this move here, right? And we want to measure. This is how this works, guys. Just pay attention. You'll know this stuff. You already know it. A lot of you do, but if you don't, just pay attention right now. You'll know this. An extension. What's really going on? We want to know the percentage of the repeat of the flagpole, bam, to bam, if we stack it. All right? We want to know the percentage repeat. Are we going to just repeat 23% of it? Well, 23% of it, right? That's that first level of the extensions to the upside, right? That's easy. Just 23.6. What's the next Fibonacci? 38.2. Then the 50. Then the golden pocket. Then the 78.6, the 86. Then the 100%. So at the 100%, what are we being told? We're being told on the USD chart just pay attention, that the specific run up of the flagpole from the hit on the golden pocket, right? Yeah, that we have our specific, guys, we have this target to the upside. Now, I'm doing this on the USD chart. You guys understand why? Because we didn't hit the golden pocket on the USDT. We did not hit the golden pocket on the USDT. But taking this flagpole, if we count this as a flagpole, stacking this on top, boom, to the upside, 100% of that flagpole. It's a repeat of the flagpole. It's a repeat bullish move to get us, bam, dead on this level, guys, at our specific target to the upside. Beautiful, huh? Noted for VIP. Noted, guys. Big deal, right? So essentially what that's telling us is that on USD we have the dynamic in play that we could literally frame this like a typical bullish pattern. Boom. And structure that to the upside. That would be sweet. That would be sweet, guys. Sweet. That'd be nice, right? So we have that dynamic in play on the USD chart. We also have a lot of chaos surrounding crypto and technology investments. We just do. BTC going on a run. Bam. 18% to the upside. Sounds nice, huh? Sounds nice on some, some lighter leverage, maybe 10x, something like that. Just to play, what do you say there, guys? Just to play your hand a little bit, because you do have the differentiation between Tether and USD. That's why, I put that video out. I hope you guys received that well. I know you did. I know that you did, guys. I know that you did in terms of the Fibonacci retracements. I can't believe I do market surveys sometimes just to kind of see what's going on in and around everything else. Like, okay, what are dudes talking about? Dudes who, I don't know what dudes are. I don't know where they come from, why they're here. But as I look at the framework heavy reserve cash, right? As I look at the golden pocket, I can't believe no one talks about the golden pocket. Good heavens, it's the 65th percent retracement. We've been talking about it. Anyone who's worth their salt should be talking about the golden pocket for the last 6 months. Bear flags are great, right? Aren't they, guys? Falling wedges are great. Bull flags are fantastic. So are rounding tops. Guys, anything you want to talk about technically is great. What's important? The golden pocket. It's the number one thing, guys. It's that magic ratio. It's the golden ratio to which all pricing, literally, if you don't know what we just hit, so I looked for, I was like, who knows that we hit the golden pocket? I started looking around at the different things. I'm like, what are VIP being assaulted with in terms of lack of information out there? I'll dig through sometimes, and it literally makes me sick. Not really, really sick, but it makes me disappointed. I'm like, what are these guys talking about? They'll follow the price action. You guys know it's like, on a down day, we have upside price targets. You guys know that. On a down day, we have upside price targets, right? On an up day, we have downside price targets. We do. Price just moved up. Right? We're gonna talk about if there's any downside price target. Price just went down. Great. We're gonna talk, is there any upside price target? So while there's blood in the streets, literally, guys, you know this. While there's blood in the streets, we're gonna be talking about literally, okay, well, what's our upside price target? Just period. It's the way that we function, right? Did we tail off of anything here at the upside? Well, yeah, we've got an upside price target. While it's breaking down, and I'm telling you, while it breaks down through 35,000, we're like, excuse me, pardon me, no. Seriously, as it's falling down here on the 4 hour, they're like, no. You go ahead and do that, but we're gonna sit here right here. We're gonna be waiting right here for you. We're going to be waiting and measuring our entries at that next level down, right? That 50% retracement. So yes, this is crucial, the descending wedge in the context, right? You have to know what you're doing. You have to know how to target. You have to know, well, was there kind of an agreement in the market to come to this price, right? There's somehow between the resistance and the support, the buyers and the sellers, buyers at support, sellers at resistance. It's kind of this agreement to come to this price, and that agreement was broken. Right? Some calamity happened in the market. Something occurred. Maybe it was a large sell. Maybe it was the Terra Luna. Maybe it's Tether, Terra, et cetera, right? That kind of broke that agreement. Does the agreement still stand? Is there kind of still this agreement between buyers and sellers here, right? There was on the daily. Guys, you remember this, on the daily. Let's just recapture this real quickly. I like the way that this is put forth. And shout out to all the VIP. This is London with Bitcoin Spike. Looking at this framework here, right? we can say that, preceding around 65,000 last year. Remember this, guys. This is important. And I like the way just structure this in terms of not an on-paper agreement, but as you look at a constriction, the support, the resistance, the buyers, the sellers, right? The longs, the shorts, right? There's some kind of agreement here, essentially looking between this constriction, their agreement here, boom, to achieve said price, right? Now, this should be a continuation pattern to the upside. Boom. Should be. What happened here? Some deal with China, right? China said no more mining in our country. No more. Boom. Did we still get the benefit of that agreement? Right? Because this falls out. Bam. What are we doing? Okay, you can fall out if you want to, but hey, there was kind of an agreement. We're going to honor that agreement. So that's what we're looking for anytime that we do break down. Not that every pattern is going to be, or every target's going to be fulfilled. Sometimes the agreement's off, it's broken, it's over. There is no more tether, there is no more USD. Imagine, guys, no more USD, no more tether, right? No more anything. The market is gone. Bitcoin's dead. No, you're never going to get this agreement. Some cataclysmic kind of event. It's like we've broken, too many levels down. No, this is no longer on the map. But we haven't abandoned this upside target. And I'm just saying this because this is very much our group saying, while we're breaking down, no. Okay, you go ahead and you break down there, but, here we go, right? And that's just important as we look at recoup levels. We challenge ourselves always because we have that 786 below, right? We have that 786 below the 14,775. And just to frame it appropriately, guys, we just hit the golden pocket on USD. Don't let anybody tell you different. Don't let anybody confuse you differently. Don't become confused. Please don't become confused. Good gosh. Cannot stand VIP becoming confused. Let's look at this real quickly. If we were to look at an upside price target, this is an interesting dynamic here, isn't it? Very interesting on the 30-minute. Sometimes she's your friend, sometimes she's your foe on the 30-minute. We have in the context of, let's put this in the dynamic of the 4-hourly, I think is the expression we want to put this into, okay? In line with the ascending, we'll just talk about now as we deal with, I'll tell you, we've dealt with a lot of cross indications in this zone, in the higher zone. You guys remember this? It's like, man, why are we sitting here talking about this specific? Well, why are we talking about a descending triangle framework? Like, man, we're in like, it's a waste of time, isn't it? Just think of this, guys. This is just a waste of time. We don't need to be talking about a descending triangulation here. Sorry, excuse me, triangulation. Well, we had a symmetrical triangulation here on the weekly. Okay, well, that's fine. Now, the symmetrical triangulation on the weekly was a key indicator for us that, bam, played to the upside. Okay, what was the key indication on the 4-hourly on BTC? Well, we ran into some cross patterning because this was the weekly. The weekly needed a little bit of help, right? We got a little bit more broadly minded in terms of expanding that weekly, right? The weekly patterning, big time important stuff here. That weekly patterning, expanding that within the framework of the level of support to the resistance. We called this, guys, in the symmetrical triangulation. Well, everybody else is going bull, hey, right? No, remember this, guys. Remember this. It's very important, guys. You really retrace and think back to what we were saying and what we were doing at that time. Very important, guys. Saying the level of support could be brought up to the resistance that we could formulate a bear flag. Boom. Just in this zone, guys. Literally, just as this was formulated on the weekly. I know I was the first and only to talk about it at that point, period. And no one else even carries up a level of support to resistance. It just is it's a fact, guys. So looking at this, I'm bragging for you guys. I'm bragging for you guys because you're sitting there just killing the trades. So there's a reason we're all doing well because we're paying attention. Look at that Pathfinder with a 50%. Freddie with a 114%. Nice move, 114%, Freddie. And Anthony, first day futures 189%, and that 50% on a short with Pathfinder. Nice to see you guys trading. I bring this up because, yes, the weekly's fine. Chill with the weekly, no problem. But we get into the 4-hourly, right? So we start to talk about some more details, right? In addition to that structured componentry that we put forth on the weekly that I put forth for you guys, okay? Looking at this and just the assessment, talking about it's a page in a book. We're busy guys. You guys got all kinds of stuff going on with your life, your family, everything. So we got to remind each other about this stuff, right? We got to be VIP. Looking at this descending level of resistance, right? level of resistance, flat support here. Yeah, what are we doing with this? What are we doing with this? Yeah, what are we doing with this stuff? I mean, you got to think, huh? As you look at this, what's really going on with a descending triangle? It did encapture, because you guys remember we talked about this, and I'm like, I don't really want to necessarily talk about it, but it's technically indicated. We had this level of resistance. We had the external level of resistance. We had complications on a descending triangle. We sat and spent time on it. Now, in addition to the bottom line support carry up of, right, the bottom line support carry up, and shout out to Torque who booked trade at this level. Book trade at that level of resistance, right? In addition to that parallel carry, carry up of the support to the resistance, boom, across the top, we also perfectly, just near perfectly, guys, I got to say, really, really within threshold, boom, we accomplished a repeat of this internalized pattern, okay? There was, I mean, it's a pattern played out perfectly, a descending triangle to the upside. So, just stacked triangles. I bring that up because a lot of times we're talking about 2 or 3 patterns at the same time, okay? You may have 2 different patterns to talk about, and one of them may play out, period. You guys know this. I'd rather talk about both of them. I'd rather you understand in the context of one of them failing. When one of them fails to the secondary pattern, does that backup pattern still have a chance at completing to the upside? If that descending triangle failed, what would be the backup pattern, right? Getting back into the context of that. So it may seem like we're throwing the kitchen sink at this stuff. Man, there's too many patterns. Keep it simple. It's just, it's not an easy equation. If it were an easy equation, everybody be solving it. And I tell you, everybody is not solving it. Everybody is not solving it like 115%, 189%, 127%, 97.97%. Looking at the, you know, if I'm looking at, Richard woke up with like a 400%. Like, you know, not everyone is building the equation well or capable of doing that, guys. They're just not. So it takes the rigor of understanding the multiplicity of the patterns, failure sequences, or combinations thereof at the same time, right? It just does. So when we talk about, if I were to talk about on the hourly, right, and we have to discuss, at least to discuss what's on the different time frames, because it's easy to say, well, let's just stick with the 4 hourly. I mean, that would be the easiest thing for us. Everybody, we're sticking with the 4 hourly, no problem. From here on out, it's just the 4 hourly, no problem. Okay, that's just not going to happen, guys. It's just not going to happen. So looking at, I'm putting things into context, and I'm trying to reassure you guys when it seems like we have too many things to assess, then we typically get through the rigor of it, guys. We typically get through it. We typically cast aside and let the patterns. Okay, the 4 hour. Let's say the 4 hour. We'll just say the 4 hour ascending failed. The flag on the 1 hourly failed. The resistance on the 30-minute caught with the and it may seem like too much, guys, but it's not. You know, once you're into it, you understand all the patterns. That was just a hypothetical in terms of what I just stated, those specific levels, but understanding that you get a hang on it, right? You just do. You know the daily right now is controverted with the 4 hourly, right? You know those are backwards, right? So it is required that we discuss these facts, right? Between the, between this, let's just say we have that on the 4 hourly, then we had, what was it, guys? So to discuss the contradictions is to really make sense of the market. To the extent that you get involved in kind of a process of elimination, I don't disagree with that in terms of what's still standing. It's like that, what is that show, Last Man Standing or something like that? Right, so look at the, okay, here's the daily. Okay, I got the daily. Great. Now, what was the 4 hourly again? The complete, well, hold on. That's the daily. And then, hold on, because you have the ascending line of resistance, descending line of support, right? Okay, so that's an expansion contradicted with the, let's see, that's different on the tether than it is on the US dollar. Okay, all right, so this is the daily, and then that's the 4 hour. So we're constricted to the right on the 4 hour, we're constricted to the left on the daily. Completely opposite. All right, we had to discuss this stuff, guys. We got to go through, and as one begins to, I'd say, conquer, one begins to show itself as kind of that last pattern standing, or the levels of validation that we're going through to secure entry or position in the market, they will become more clear And it takes the work to get through the market, guys. We got to understand what the different time frames are telling us. We got to understand, like, look at Prechter. Prechter book. Do you guys have that book? Elliott Wave International, right? It's referenced by New York Institute of Finance. Shout out to New York Institute of Finance. Hope you guys are doing well. We love your materials. I recommend everybody get Murphy. New York, financial technical analysis of the financial markets. I recommend everybody get that book. What's up? It's a good book. And it's nice to stream with you guys today. I appreciate that opportunity to stream live with you, chilling a little bit on the weekend. Wasn't feeling good, feeling a little bit better now. So in terms of these dynamics, the 4 hourly, okay, that 4 hourly, in terms of the reversal, here we go again, that 4 hourly, that reversal, the constriction between the resistance and the support, right, to the right. Yep. And that daily, right, the constriction to the left. I'm just going to point out these levels of contraindication right now because it's important as you go through right now to realize there is some confliction in the market, both between USD, the dollar, Bitcoin, right, pair, and the Tether, Bitcoin pair. Dollar making it to the golden pocket. The Tether pair didn't get there. So you have a lot of different contraindications on you right now. It is, it's not necessarily inspiring of confidence in the market, but I'll tell you this, you just can't kill VIP in terms of their willingness to trade. They're going to trade, so I know that the groups are out there. The cool thing about VIP, guys, you, me, etc., VIP is Bitcoin Spike. The cool thing is it's like, they just, it ain't gonna work here, right? You're gonna have to go that direction for this. You're gonna have to kick us out of the market, right? They're gonna have to kick all of us out of the market. They may indeed do that to all of the traders. I don't know, guys, but it's humorous to me a little bit. I say that a little bit off the cuff, understanding because you could give us different time frames, wind us up and literally just say yes, no, like this, an impossible to solve equation. We're going to find a way to trade it, right? Very complicated in terms of the overall mechanisms in play, right? It just is. It's pretty cool stuff, guys. So shout out to VIP, the top level of membership. All you guys, hope you're doing well. And you guys who aren't VIP, you got to join today, man. What's up? You can't hit a button, man. If you can't trade, guys, come on. Looking at the hourly, what do we have? A rising wedge feature here. Important, noted. Now that's on the cusp of the breakout on that hourly, right? As we're dealing with this level of resistance across the top. Okay, so we're up and over, just barely, really. And I'm going to go ahead and do this finally. I've been meaning to do this. I haven't done it yet. Let's go ahead and really hammer into. Let's snap this to grid. And guys, it's been such an awesome weekend. I appreciate you guys because I wasn't feeling good. We talked about after the notifications were being sent out, I got poisoned. I did. Food poison, guys. I did. Literally. It was a bad deal. Really, just bad deal, guys. It was bad. So to the extent that I'm kind of recovered, feeling better, you guys are helping me feel better. I appreciate you guys picking up the slack. But yeah, noted. Recommendation that whoever was notifying us or not notifying our members that they go register like a foreign corrective or something. What would it be, huh? As a different nation state aid or something, huh? Silencing us for trading VIP. Yeah, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Then poisoned. Notifications taken away, then poisoned. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable. I've got witnesses too. Aside from VIP, it's very, very important. So, looking at this level of resistance across the top, resistance here. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, guys. I'm just not. It was noted by VIP, so I wanted to kind of shout out and say, hey, guy wind up in a hospital, guy have problem. Guy have, we're going to talk about it, right? Hello. Looking at the level of support, and no one went to the hospital. Thankfully, no one went to the hospital. Don't need that. Don't need that at all. Anyone who's suffering with health issues this year, I really hope that you guys are getting through that in your families, et cetera, because that's not something I take for granted. I really don't. I work a lot on my health, working out, et cetera, like that. Every day I'm hitting the iron. Very healthy guy. And I hope you guys are doing well with your health and your family and your friends, everything like that. That's priority number one in the market. So back to technicals. Snapping to grid. Boom. The magnet tool. Snap it on the hourly. Snap it on the hourly. Boom, boom. Now, sometimes you need to dig in additionally and really get, I can't believe TradingView works like this. Sometimes she makes you really zoom in and make sure you're perfectly, boom, snapped in. Just do it. When it matters, do it. Please make sure that you're as snapped in and perfectly on that grid as you can possibly be. So you see that we're breaking out of that specific line of resistance with a rising wedge. We're working into another level of resistance. Boom, here. You see that snapped on. Level, boom, boom, resistance. Let's go ahead and detail in on this hourly chart. This is just the framework I go through in terms of working the charts, making sure I'm set up for a trade. As you see, guys, I want you to know, as you see VIP in the back, right? As you see VIP in the back with all the great numbers, 115, 189, 127. Anthony with 2, Freddie, Pathfinder with 50. Guys, it ain't just show up in blind entry. Let's go. Hey, no, guys, a lot of technical work in play. Tons of technical work in play. BTC currently at 30,352, pushing on into that new trading day. Welcome to the new trading day. Hey, we climbed all the way up to from 28.8 to 30. Kind of a slow process. Really, as you look at 28.7 up to, let's go ahead and measure this. This was a good run here. Looking at 6% overall. Not bad, guys. Not a bad percentage gain. Very well done. You guys are making 100% like they're going out of style. Bam, bam, bam. Very nice in the back. And if you guys can't see that, just look at this. Anthony, first day futures, boom, 189%. He booked a hedge. So impressive. Entered in a hedge and booked a hedge. Very important in terms of those dynamics, whether it be a profit incentive or whether it be a move for insurance on an overall position. Very impressive. So looking at the framework here, level of resistance, just frameworking into what do we get to the 4 hourly Pathfinder? I don't snap to the line sometimes because even though the wick is invisible, it's still there. It doesn't snap to the line sometimes because even though the wick is invisible, it's still there. Yeah, the wick, you can snap to the wick. You can definitely snap to the wick, or you snap to the body, which is the body of the candles, are the actual lines. If I flip between the lines and the candles, you'll see this portion here. That is the actual. Let's say the actual body of the candle is the actual line. So the body of the candle is this area in here is the actual line. Okay, so that body of the candle encompasses the body of the candle encompasses the body of the candles encompass the actual line. Boom. Okay, and the candle wicks are the price action at the lower time frames. It's the line at the lower time frames. Just so you guys understand that. Let's take a look at the candle wicks. Let's see where we're at right now. And so, what are we at? What are we trying to do? Big picture here on the 4 hourly. Amidst the hourly that we're trying to get through, etc. And we do have this other line of resistance across the top. Ooh, that's lethal. You guys see that? Ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch. Pay attention, VIP. We got a little problem here. Ouch, ouch. Guys, ouch. Okay, this specific. Pay attention, guys. Seriously. Level of resistance constricting there with level of support to the upside. Boom, where are we headed, right? Go on, draw that on your 5-minute, on your 30-minute. Draw this on the 30-minute if you want to up to the top. Bam. Now, where were we? On the 4 hourly. Where does that specific, this is big, guys. This is a big deal. I'm glad we found this. See, when we hunt through, we find these things, guys. And you say, well, no one else knows about this stuff. I guarantee they don't because they're not working on their technicals like this, setting up their next trade. Could you guys believe that a big percentage of being a good trader is working hard enough to set your trades up? Man, and some of these smaller trades, you guys can fly through them very, very easily. If you're looking at a big money position, you may spend some time on it, on a big money position. Or you may learn to throw big money across the table on a trade in a small time frame. Preferable. That's me being honest. Preferable. Okay, commentary there. Throwing big money across the table in a short time frame. Preferable. That would be me saying preferable, guys. Okay. Throw the big money across the table in the market real quickly. Bam. 5, 10, 8, 12 seconds. Boom. You're in. You're out. That's it. All right, that's not financial advice. That's me. I want you to just understand that is my preference in the market. Big money across the table very quickly. Bam, bam. Just crank through 10% on 7-8 figures and just kill it. And just that's it. That was a good day. You kill. You hit in. You get your percentage, and you're gone. That's it. Just boom, boom, heavy-handed, in, out. Let everybody else stay up all night long. Let everybody else go through the misery of potentially losing right after years of staying up all night long and holding into a project. Let them potentially lose, guys. You boom, big-handed, bam, bam. You're gonna move. You're gonna break in and out, and just like a boxer, bam, bam, right, bam, bam, right. You don't have to necessarily hold. Some trades have bigger durations. I recognize that. Back to the point. That's just me, guys. You trade the way you want to, but I know when you guys book these trades like this, I know how to I know Anthony. It's like, man, you foresee the possibility. And shout out to Anthony, VIP. He's been VIP a long time, my man. What's up, buddy? When you look at this 189% in a short time frame, you start to ask yourself, well, maybe I could do this on differently than the way the market's been presenting the opportunity for you to trade. So I look forward to you continuing to explore that. Now, the rising wedge apex is where on the 30-minute and on the 5-minute, you can draw it on the 30-minute. I recommend 30 minutes to draw it on for your desktop, and just for your understanding, so you guys know on your trade station, the apex is right along this top line resistance. If we snap this to grid, the top line resistance on the 4-hourly. That is making me think that there's a potential for this to be respected. I don't like that. I don't like that for the bulls, okay? But I'm just going to say this. Aside from like or not like, I'm just going to note that. Let's just say I note that for the record, right? Very important in terms of seeing some pattern like an ascending wedge that has a bearish expression culminating or terminating right at a line of resistance. That just tells me that's where the energy is directed. I say a lot of times, and you guys may understand it or not, when I talk about a descending or a rising wedge, I discuss kind of an unspoken agreement, right? This is just kind of agreement between the buyers and the sellers, right? Between the longs and the shorts, all right? That we operate with this specific price in mind. Now, there is an agreement at some point, guys, as the level of support is reinforced, level of resistance is reinforced. This price is on the map. Okay? Do you know how many people take note of the apex of this specific price? A lot. A lot of people, market participants. It's calculated. Oh, yes, it's calculated between the resistance and the support. Very calculated, guys. Yes, it's noted. Maybe it's jotted down in the old pencil paper fashion, however it may be done. It's calculated. Support, resistance. I say there's an agreement, there's an understanding between the participants and the buyers and the sellers in this descending wedge. There's a constriction to what point, right? To where? We're going to this point, right? To 35,775 ballpark, right? That's where we're headed. That's the agreement. Everybody's on the same map. Everybody during the entirety of this, guys. I'm going to say in the focal point, particularly in this zone, yes, we're heading down there a level of support. This level of resistance, be it variable or not, as this constricts in through the different levels of possibility, as you set this, boom, right? There's this big climax culmination into where are we headed, right? And for a period of, look at this, guys, built into a period of weeks, right? 24 days. All right? 24 days. Right? That's a big deal, guys. That's over 3 weeks of price action with an ultimate determinative. Period. Yeah, we have to. There's one thing to say. Well, there's this internal agreement. There's this understanding. It's registered. It's clocked. It's literally calculated. There is an understanding as to what that target was of this specific descending wedge or any ascending wedge, right? So when I were to draw something out like this, yeah, there's a culmination here point. There's a culmination point here. There is an understanding. We can all agree with this. There is an understanding in the market based upon this pattern framework where this would end, right? So it's on the map. It is a point of reference. So as we would talk about the culmination here, right? It hasn't been broken. It hasn't turned into a target yet. But what I'll say is that there is an agreement, same dialogue, same understanding. As you guys put this into context, there's an agreement here. There's an understanding. Let's say there's an understanding. There is a technical correct answer and an agreement as to what the target price is here on Apex. Period. Okay. This is a fashioned, figured, configured, calculative number here that is arrived at. Period. Okay. Period. There's a correct answer, right? Period. This here from 65,000. There was a descending level of support, level of resistance in this zone here before the capitulation. Boom. Yeah, there's a calculated, based on a different time frame, let's say this daily time frame, there's a calculated exact level of agreement that the market can arrive at that is on the map, period, that can be calculated and agreed upon. Truth. Okay? As we would look at that. That's not necessarily we're not gonna find that in the book. That just is a fact. That is what that is. Okay, right? Yeah. This is an arrived at conclusion that's either correct or incorrect, right? The notion that we would want to revisit that area is something that we see frequently, right? This is on the map to the extent that we could that it could feel like it is long forgotten. And I tell you, once this broke down, boom, with the China incident around 65,000 thereafter, once we're down in this zone, I guarantee you, not one of you guys are thinking about this up here. All right, we found this ascending triangle on the back, boom, but that's heckin' far gone, guys. When you eliminate the rebound there, oh yeah. No, that's boom. That's Armageddon. Feels like Armageddon away from here. So it looks fine now, of course. Oh yeah, you wham bam back up into prior resistance. Or support to resistance on that daily time frame, depending upon whether it's shorting or long. But it's a support, boom, to resistance. Then revisiting that calculated, agreed upon level. I just want to get there because that same process is in effect right now when we look at this specific, and we'll say on the specific 4 hourly. Okay, on this rising wedge here, is it calculated based upon, again, it's going to be dependent upon the time frame. Looks like we're positive, yeah, 0.43 to the upside. This is this end calculation, and what the line is that it's heading towards now is this 4 hourly, the 4 hourly level of resistance. It's important to me because that gives that a little bit more credence. It just does. In addition, what am I excited about? What do I like? This flat top resistance, this ascending line of support currently. I like this pattern. I like ascending triangles, guys. I like ascending lines of support, flat top resistance. We hunt them all the time. To the extent that we're breaking out of the ascending triangle in or with an ascending wedge, it's not optimal. You guys know that. It's just not optimal. Bottom line, I'm not crazy personally, and I say this all the time, you guys know this, I'm just not crazy about breaking out of bullish patterns with a bearish pattern. I'm just not. The potential for falling down, capitulating within that is real. And it's just not something you want to invite upon yourself if you can avoid it. So looking into the framework, though, what we're going to be asking ourselves is the following question. First of all, we do see a limitation with this pattern potentially. And I'll tell you guys, if we do perform out, up, and above this specific ascending wedge, we'll mark it as a target, period. If we get up and above, right, this ascending wedge, we'll mark it as a target, okay? So to the extent that that 4 hourly is indicated, I'd pay heavy attention to that level as a potential, and this is the caveat here. As you guard your cash, as you work your figures, as you decide a wise level of involvement or otherwise. I've already said be prepared to operate at this level of support, period. I'll always point you guys to the downside and say, are you prepared to operate at this level as well? Because there's tons of buyers here. Guys, there's tons of people buying here. Tons already stacked. If you're not thinking that way, you guys know you're not fully participating in the market. I want you to think about both sides all the time. So this, I'd say amplitude move to the top. Looking at this amplitude move to the top, we would really have to drastically outperform this specific rising wedge. We'd really have to get up and above this, like meanly, right? We'd have to seriously get up and above. 5.69% would be sweet. Sweet. That would be nice, huh? And the 30-minute is a little bit helpful. It feels helpful, doesn't it? Because it's like we've already broken out of, we've already broken out of something. Like we've already broken out of this level of resistance. To the extent that the 30-minute is a little bit, I'm not crazy about the patterning on the 30-minute, tell you the truth. And typically, you guys are going to find bigger fans of the 30-minute than you will right here, period, in the market. You may be a bigger fan of the 30-minute than me. It wouldn't take much. I could throw it out and never use it, except sometimes it's got the key, the hidden key to the market. And other times you're like, I can't stand this thing. It'll throw you sideways. So your friend or your foe, that 30-minute. Just be prepared as you deal with the different levels of. Let's look at this. And that's nice. That's nice on the 30-minute in terms of just being free and clear. 30-minute shows us in a pretty healthy position. It looks like the larger time frame would go into 30-minute. The hourly has us a little bit more compressed here, right? So the larger time frame shows us just the hourly is the most constrictive right now. Let's agree upon that. The hourly is the most constrictive right now. The 4-hourly and the hourly share one thing that we're currently at a level of resistance, okay? And note they're different levels of resistance, but if you may say, London, I just prefer the 4-hourly or I just prefer the hourly. You're in the same boat, okay? Because on the 4-hourly top line resistance, you're at it. On the ascending triangle, flat top resistance, ascending line of support. We're at a line of resistance, period. Now on the hourly, we are also at a line of resistance. Let's just say this line of resistance across the top, okay? This specific diagonal level of resistance, we're up and over it, but it's close, guys. We're dealing with that territory right now. We're up and out of it, but and I guess to the extent that that's a difference between the 4-hourly and the hourly, I'll agree with that. But it's a very minute difference. We're just crawled up, barely up and above this line of resistance on the and that is a difference, but on the hourly as opposed to that 4-hourly, we're just dealing with the resistance on both sides of the equation. Let's dig into the lower time frame and kind of see what she's doing. You can see that very nicely demonstrated in terms of that top line resistance on the 4-hourly. That's just what that has brought the dynamics of BTC right now. Top line resistance, boom, 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 right? Just knocking on that top line resistance of what, guys? Of that ascending triangle, right? Boom, trying to get up and above. When you see the candle work in this zone, you'll just see, boom. Okay, this candle work in here on that 4-hourly, we are trying to traject, boom, up and over that line of resistance. Okay, that's where we're stopped right now. I wouldn't pay much attention to these preceding zones on the 5-minute because you're looking for that flat top on the 4-hourly, and you can do that, guys. You can do that. You can say that's cool. On the 4-hourly, I'm going to stick with a bigger time frame, and I'm going to go ahead and say we have a flat top ascending line of support. I'm going to let the details work out in the wash, right? Let these other details work themselves out in terms of a flat top resistance and an ascending line of support. That's what I need. That's my ascending triangle. That's what I want to trade. Some people will relax and just rely on the 4-hourly. Understand, they won't say, well, I have to dig into the 5-minute. I have to see, I'm going to say the ascending triangle is one of those dynamics, please listen, that you can rely on a certain time frame, and it can work out irrespective of the other time frames. That's a big deal on an ascending triangle. Do you guys pick that up in terms of the preference for an ascending triangle? Yes, it's one of those patterns that literally you can dig in and find on one time frame. Say, man, I found this on one time frame. Maybe it'll play. The bull flag, man, bull flag, you can go through and be like, whoop, we found a problem on the 1 minute, no, on the 15-second. You can go through the lower time frames on a bull flag. You can find problems. The ascending triangle can stand on its own frequently, right? It has that dynamic to it a little bit more strongly expressed in the market to where an ascending triangle is a little bit more favorable for the bulls. And I haven't covered this much, guys, because it can kind of stand alone on a specific time frame. Right? You can find what's a solid ascending triangle on the 4-hourly or the hourly. Man, or I got it on the 30-minute or and careful on the 30-minute, or I got it on the 5-minute or the 1-minute. Okay, that's good on the ascending triangle. Like, hey, cool, gangbusters, let's roll it, let's hit it. Bulls like that. We find it on one time frame. Let's go. On the bull flag, you can find a nice bull flag on one time frame. Let's say on the 5-minute, nice bull flag. Oh man, look at the 1 minute. Oh, that's awful. No, we're gonna have problems with this one. You see that if you find some issues on let's say a bull flag, it's going to be a little different than an ascending triangle. Generally, I challenge you guys, and if you find a different conclusion than that, I welcome you to share it with us with VIP. I definitely do. Let me go. Oh wow, that's a setup. What's up, Pathfinder? I didn't. I saw your chat. So, what is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? What are we doing? Huh? What is going on? Huh? Bitcoin. What are you doing? Huh? Hold on. What are you doing? You're going up. Hey, no. We'll see what happens today, guys. We have a downside target. I'm going to frame your mind around this period. I just am. We're in a bearish construct right now, technically. All right, we know where we're headed, that 4-hourly level of resistance. It's nice to be indicated there, right? Now, in terms of the lower side target, I'm going to give you guys a big one. All right, a big lower side target. You'll be like, man, London's lost his mind, man. He's just gone crazy. Right? I have no qualms about showing you a downside target that's down there. Man, I mean, if you can't take this, you ain't going to take the golden pocket. It's like, well, it's different. You're saying that one's going to hit and the other one's not. Like, man, do you want to hit the golden pocket or not? Like, you want to know where the price is going, right? To the extent that that we have an indication, okay, of some agreement between the buyers and the sellers at a certain price. I'll tell you guys. To the extent that you have that agreement, is at 29,465. It's on the map. At some point, it's on the map. It's registered, almost like, I say this, guys, almost like a preceding. I think this is very good. Shout out to Luke. Luke, I haven't heard from you in a while. What's up? And Jubal, what's up, Jubal? You trading? I'm sure you're trading. As we would look at just imagine any ascending triangle. You guys know this. I always say this, like, show me a level of prior resistance. I'll show you orders at that level. We traject up above an ascending triangle. I always say, guys, I'll show you orders at that level. Do we have to capitulate back down after we've trajected up over an ascending triangle? Not necessarily. It just happens like frequently. We see it quite a few times, don't we? Same principle, right? That's a flat top resistance, people. It's like scheduled in. We've hit it multiple times, right? Same dynamic in play with targets to the downside, targets to the upside. We're happy, guys, to not revisit this level. The majority of the targets that we have had, the vast majority of the targets we've had in the last 24 to 48, I'll say, guys, 72 hours have been hit. The vast majority. That doesn't mean throw in the kitchen sink and let's go. We're going short. That doesn't mean that, guys. It just means, at least in terms of respecting this lower level. Now let's look at what that lower level would be. All right, let's put it into context. You can short to it. People who've already shorted to it here, I told them in the back, I'm like, you have a decision to make. We were up above price. Boom. We got very close within this range. All right. So to the extent that we haven't fully explored it, yep. And you guys in the back, you guys know that. That was a nice move to the downside. In terms of that feature here, that was when Anthony poured into his hedge. Anthony, VIP hedging, first future, decided to hedge. What's up? So excited to be chatting with you during that moment, man. This is awesome. Very cool stuff. So, yeah, we're just going to be between that 50 and the golden pocket, period. So, contemplative now. Would anyone be excited about setting orders at a golden pocket? Ooh, I want to get the golden pocket. Sure, absolutely. You think people in the market right now are scheduled up with orders at the golden pocket? Without a doubt, right? It does change things to the extent that we are don't be reliant on your targets. Let's talk about that. Don't be reliant on your targets. I don't want to soften things up. This is still a target. I'm happy to leave it behind. I'm going to say that. This target, was I happy to leave it behind? While we were leaving it behind, I was like, well, you know, we have an issue here, right? We do have a target. Let it pour on down. Boom. Right, to the extent that we're able to recover price, fantastic, right? It's just such a dynamic that we see played out so frequently in the charts. It is also not easy. It's not going to be the golden key to the market. You found a solution. You got to trade. This specific preceding peak here recovered. Boom, boom. Hey, you tell anybody this was an easy move back up through that. We had rooms full of people. VIP, it's a bear flag. Close, right? Like, no, ascending triangle, and what? Boom. That was something, guys. That was something. Bam. Big move to the upside. Boom. You had to catch that sucker, right? We caught that low. Bam. So to the extent that these play, like returning to peak of a failed pattern, right? Just revisiting, kind of like a confirmation. I just like the the impact that you guys would think about. It's kind of like a predetermined. It's just a predetermined level targeting technique that if you're in the back, you've seen it work. 30, 40 times in the last 2 days. Doesn't even need to be described. It's just the matter upon which, or the degree to which you're able to really navigate around and appropriately place your trades around a target are a big deal, right? And the big deal in the market. So that's where I give you guys all the kudos and shout out to the VIP. Not exactly a flat top on that hourly, is it? A little bit of a mess in here. However, on the candle wicks, ooh, that's nice. That's sweet. That is sweet, sweet, sweet. That's nice, guys. You see that on the candle wicks, whether or not you're on that hourly, whether or not you're on that 4 hourly. Those candle wicks look sweet. That looks nice, guys. We haven't even gotten there for a third hit. We have that 1-2. Well, that's going to be a problem. That's not sweet. That's a problem. All right, well, what are we going to need to do to solve this? Look at this. Okay, so we have this correction. We don't have the flat top here on the hourly. We have it on the 4 hourly. Man, this is unfortunate. We'll go ahead and explore this just to talk about the requirements. Now, in terms of the requirement for the flat top ascending line of support, boom. We need that to exist, right, for the ascending triangle, bullish framework, boom, to the upside. What do we have here? On the hourly, looking at it, I was like, oh, okay, here we go. We got this flat top resistance here, boom. On the candle wicks, beautifully expressed. Then what do we have on the bottom? Very close to a flat bottom resistance. Or pardon me, I always say that on the resistance, flat bottom support. We do not want a flat bottom support, okay? We don't. Flat top resistance, boom. We hunt that all day long, guys. We hunt that all day long. We need that for the ascending triangle. But we need an ascending line of support. As soon as you show me a flat support, I become uninterested as a bull, okay? And that's the same level that we have in between this zone. Let's look at this. This is on the lines. This is the most troubling componentry that we would look at to contraindicate, to provide some risk in the market right now as to where we are. Yes, we're looking like we're at that level of resistance right now. The most exciting part is on the hourly. We're at that level of resistance, right? Demarcated by these this 0.1, 0.2 on the resistance. Looking at this flat bottom support here, that's troubling. That's the most troubling. The bears are happy with this framework here. This is essentially a flat bottom support. Boom, boom, in that zone. Going to the candle wicks, it gets even worse. It's just perfect, right? Boom. That's just an indication that sellers are in control. However, we've seen multiple times, I'll bring up the 4 hourly from the preceding zone. We have to reference this. It's good we covered this precedingly as well, guys. Precedingly, that's a word, right? Look at this. This specific descending triangulation here that BTC decided to, boom, surprise the market with. And we need to move this in, right? There we go. To surprise the market with to the upside, right? Nice move to the upside. We covered this descending triangle. So to the extent that we have another descending triangle here and bears are just showing off about how low the price is going to go, we did recently cover this descending triangulation on that 4 hourly time frame on that bear flag. I'd say in that zone of, what was that, about 42, 46, about 37 really. Well, let's say 37 to the 48, really, the entirety of the move that was covered. So this would be from that zone right now thus far, encapsulated from the 28 to the 32. And if it were to stop here, we have a few contraindications. You guys know this. As we would look at this, up to almost up to this. Let's see, this level of 33.9, about 33.9. So not a big deal. And Pathfinder, appreciate you shouting out. Freddie with the super chat. What's up? Very, very nice. Just looking at the technicals, she's wound down just a touch. And BTC showing she's exciting about streaming. I wanted her to really get up and really start going. I have a trade to execute to activate upon trigger of a launch to the upside. I'm scheduled to hammer in with heavy cash. Hope you guys I don't know. Hope you guys aren't too heavy in the market to where you could ever get injured, right? You say, I'm heavy, man. I've got to, don't be so heavy to where you could actually injure yourself. Always, heaviest is what? Cash reserves. You guys know that without a doubt. Goes without question. Heavy cash reserves, guys. And let's see what we got here. We'll go through this in the background, guys, in terms of the VIP in the back. And just understand we're in a little bit of a bearish pattern right now. Okay, just technically by the book, a little bit of a bearish pattern. We have a downside target. We'd like to bust this, if you want to look at one thing, say, okay, what does this all boil down to? What are we looking at here? Level with this. What do we got here? Okay, this specific formulation here is the most exciting thing that Bitcoin has going on. All right? This framework of the ascending triangle is the most exciting pattern that Bitcoin has going on. Period. Okay, in terms of a move to the upside. It is what it is. Unless you're looking at the USD chart, right? And then you're looking at that huge run to the upside with either the daily telling you a different story than the 4-hourly on the triangulation, which side is pointing. Kind of some interesting stuff here. You can't be a noob right now, and if you are, you're picking up quickly. You're doing a great job. Got to say, without a doubt, if you're brand new to this and you're understanding everything, you're doing a great job. This flat top resistance, ascending line of support, that is the key framework. You understand your specific Fibonacci retracements in play right now. Golden pocket will get us to that downside target. Okay, you could lay off a short and just say, well, maybe I'll put an order there at the golden pocket, right? Maybe you'd put orders in the entirety of this range here and realize, this would be an important thing, realize that we have been in a range here. You see this low, high, low, high, low, high. You see that? In terms of this, guys, you'd have to say, yeah, I'd kind of agree. In the last, right, within the last 10 days, we've just been going low, high, low, high. We've just been hitting support, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance. So to the extent that this, I say the most exciting thing, this ascending triangle is right now, I'd say the keys to potentially getting us up out of this range. And that would be nice. That would involve us breaking through some lines of resistance that we've covered on the hourly, 4-hourly, etc. Guys, I really just wanted to come and talk about some of the technicals. Wanted to make sure that she's taking a whole, but she's there. She's taking a while, but she's there. Look at him. Look at Anthony. Bam. 75%. Boom. Very nice. Anthony VIP. We're in the house. What's up, Anthony? First day cracking at futures. Look at him just tear it up. Absolutely tearing it up. And it's not impossible. It's not rocket science, guys. You can definitely do it. If you're not VIP, guys, you got to join. We have such a great group in the back. It's 2 hours. I told myself once we went through 2 hours, I was going to chill for a while because I got food poisoning. After, again, guys, after complaining that our notifications weren't getting out to our VIP members, went out and got poisoned. Food poisoning, guys. It was rough. Real deal. Real bad. Really, really bad deal. Really bad deal. And so, I don't know, guys. It's on the map, guys. It's just on the map. No notifications, restrictions in terms of communications to even the group members, paying group members. Then complained about that. Then bam, food poisoned. Huh? Wow. Huh? Got it. That's on the books. Huh? What is this? Huh? This is May 22nd, 2022. Right? Yeah. Just got to say, resident of Texas, the great state of Texas, and a United States citizen. Whoa. I mean, gotta ask kind of what's going on and where. And why, and to whom. Just imagine, guys. Just imagine. Be grateful for the things you have. We'd be grateful for the group that we have in the context, limited context that we are able to have it and allowed to have it. What a shame. What a shame. And we just hope the best for all the market participants. Hopefully, I don't know, maybe they don't want word to get out in terms of like people not getting hurt by the market. What an awful situation to think about. Pathfinder, you're here. Anthony, you're here. But guys, what if literally, like we're kind of spreading think about this, guys. This is some conjecture without a doubt, but one of the biggest things that we promote on this channel is the fact that we don't want people overexposed at any higher price, right? Always with heavy cash reserves. And crypto is definitely a market where people just get hammered. Everything gets erased. Can you imagine there being pressure against our group, against me, even within paying members, etc., to not continually hear a good word like don't be overexposed at a higher price, always maintain heavy cash reserves? What else do we do? Everything else is just a detail. Everything else is just a nameplate or a resume. Everything else is just a page in a book or otherwise, right? We consistently frame things around discipline and consistency, right? And around we have some of our greatest successes like Pathfinder. I just know that. Some of the greatest successes like Freddie, etc., just never being overexposed at a higher price. Always being ready to double and triple down. I think of Steve. I think of AJ Crypto. We got some former military guys, AJ. We got Richard, etc., just like trying to tell good things to good guys. That's it. Like, think if that would be a problem. If somehow, like, what's made fashionable or what really sells in crypto is when people get their money gutted from them in liquidations. Ouch. Ouch. It sure seems like that in the market, doesn't it? Ouch. That's what gets published and notified. I don't know. That's a speculative, very troublesome. I wouldn't want my name on that in terms of the whoever has that agenda. That's not cool. Yeah, not cool, huh? Yeah, imagine that being the case. And the people who are solid with their finances, etc., in this group understand that very much so. Look at Pathfinder. He's like, imagine that being the case. Where sure, you want 1 million views, just go help. Who knows, guys? That's just beyond speculation. But what I'm trying to think, what else really uniquely identifies us? Nothing more than like a resume of a resume or not, right? Or it's on your resume or not, right? Seriously, it's about that level. So you're a trade group, you like to trade, okay, cool. You don't want people to be overexposed in terms of that function. You've seen that hurt people, okay, and you're certain you've contacted the state authority boards, et cetera, and you couldn't get financial advice. It's impossible on crypto, so that doesn't even apply. So what else could it be? I mean, I'm just like, whatever, man. And to the extent that it's personally directed, it feels like, honestly, Pathfinder, it kind of feels like the other, doesn't it? They could find 1,000,001 reasons with me, and let's dig into them and their family past. I'm sure, well, whatever. Yeah, I wouldn't. It's unnecessary. It's unprofessional. But what I say is, it's to the extent that you would find any other reason that's on the resume or that's not on the resume. It's like, that's not what it's about. We trade. And to the extent that they would make it about, or someone would make about a limitation in terms of communication about something else, no, look at this. It's like in the background, they want people to really maybe lose their money, right? They really want to turn this into like some sort of financial weaponized financial system where people aren't being like told continually, make sure you're not overexposed to any higher price, right? Weird stuff, man. Weird stuff. So everything else is just kind of like, okay, it's all right. That's on the resume. It's not on the resume. It should have been on the resume. Okay, fine. It took a bad job with a bad guy, whatever it may have been. Literally, in some instances, you don't know. Could have just been, took a bad job with a bad guy. Who knows? It was a bad deal. Whatever. But aside from that, the more they would point on this, or you said that it just seems like in the background, because we know this space so well. We know so many people that get hurt financially. It's just like to have that kind of echo through our own group dynamic that they would challenge us in that regard. It just seems really unhealthy on whoever they is. Maybe there's a monkey. Remember the monkey at the desk. A monkey snuck into the YouTube headquarters. May not be the YouTube headquarters, wherever it is. And the monkey mysteriously turned off the notifications for the VIP group. That dang monkey. Is the monkey still at the desk? Something happened. We don't know. I'll contact them again about it. And then I bet some other monkey will steal a keyboard, be on the customer help service ticket with me then, and say, oh, no, sir, everyone's getting your notifications. I guarantee you. Because I already asked them about that one time. They say, no, all your notifications are on. You just have to make sure that all the notifications are on for your users. I've already dealt with this like months ago. And it was then I can legitimately say it may have been a monkey there at the, I used to joke about myself being in a monkey suit. I have no problem with that, guys. I think monkey's a funny word. I used to wear a monkey suit to work every day when I was a lead analyst on the $1 billion equity fund. I was like, I got to throw my monkey suit on, go hit the computer for bananas. That's just what I was doing, right? It was straight out of college. It's just the way I talk. So, what were we talking about? The last guy that I talked to in customer service, quote unquote, with YouTube, he monkeyed around, told me that, it's not a problem, right? No, everyone's getting there. Oh, really? And then I asked him to provide a link and this and that, and he provided a link to my station, and he provided it to an Indian cooking channel. I'm like, really? So that's the station that's not having a problem. I really appreciate all your time. Thank you so much for your diligence. Thank you so much. It's just someone's maybe even monkeying around with, maybe someone else is monkeying around with the YouTube. Maybe someone behind the scenes, maybe that's where the real monkeys are. Maybe somebody is monkeying around with the YouTube data or the YouTube information, and those are the real monkeys. Maybe there's some guys at some different desks that are monkeying around that shouldn't be monkeying around. You think it'd be obvious that people would look at those monkeys monkeying around. That's not a good deal, huh? And data is a very, very important thing, isn't it? All right, to get back to the technicals. Aside from me being poisoned after food poisoned, fact, witnesses after complaining about the notification. Resistance, we are trying to confirm over, up, and off of 30 minutes, okay? We do not have confirmation beyond that 30-minute in terms of that current play in process. The 4 hourly is strong to the upside. I'm just going to warn everybody a warning. Yes, in terms of, I'm just going to point out the obvious. We're in a bearish pattern heading to a line of resistance. We have some room to get there. You know, it's not a bad time to make sure you can operate at this level of support. Okay, is an entry immediately indicated for me? No. Is an entry immediately indicated for me? No. Bottom line, just for me, no, not right now. A lot of great trades in this zone. We do have a downside target. Would like to pick up at least on a level of the Fibonacci. I would like to at least pick up on a level of the Fibonacci. That'd be nice to be able to do at some point. If we can get into a pattern dynamic here, we do have, let's see. Now, this is where we get into the 1-2, 1-2 with a swing failure. All right, looking at the pattern framework here. Looking at this, let's just independently look at this flat top resistance on the candle wicks descending line of support, right? Okay. In terms of this, look at the flat top and the descending line of support. We have just an expanding kind of wedge formation and flat top descending support. What else is in this? Very interesting. NASDAQ. Bitcoin feels a lot different than the NASDAQ right now. NASDAQ daily, flat top descending support. Ouch. Daily. That's a big loss on NASDAQ, guys. So if we're looking at, let's look at, where's BTC USDT? Looking at this framework, it's like, yeah, BTC seems to be muscling pretty well. So again, for me right now, a trade not indicated. I will assess things in line with this 4 hourly, me personally, okay? In line with this 4 hourly, okay, the flat top indicated by the lines, and I will also guard and measure this level here indicated by the candle wick resistance up and above. I will be cautious of this level, okay, if entering up and above on the ascending triangulation. I will be cautious of this level, as I believe also the market participants may be. It's a percent move, and to the extent that that is indicated clearly by the candle wicks, it's just a level I'm going to personally pay attention to. I'd like a free and clear move. This is very condensed price action. So in terms of everything, guys, I appreciate you. Appreciate VIP. Thanks for, hey, look at the monkeys. We found the monkeys. Look at that. That's hilarious. Thanks for letting me laugh, brother. It's been bad. I got so sick. And VIP were in the back. They're like, hey, London, you just complained about your notifications not going off. You got poison, food poisoned. I'm like, you are correct. So we'll put the monkey. And we ain't monkeying around. I got to tell you guys that. If you're not in VIP, guys, I got to tell you, we are just killing it in the back. Anthony, first day trading on futures. And guys, it's just been, look at this. This is today, guys. 189%. Look at this. Booked. Boom. Guys, 114% Freddie. Boom. Look at this, guys. Pathfinder, 50%. Boom. Look at this. 75%. Bam. Anthony again. Just continue. Richard. Shout out to Richard. Again, guys, Richard started off the day with a 300 or 400%. Bam. Just everybody is killing it in the back. Understand, Jubal, where you at, brother? Hope you're doing well. Maybe you're working today. Steve-O, what's up, my man? Chris, big timer, what's up? Frankie, my man. Torque, I am Wealth. Everybody, what's up? I hope you guys are doing well, guys. Yeah, we want you to join VIP because we have a great group in the back. I always feature Luke's family. Just a great picture, great shot. And guys, I can picture everybody. Frankie, my man. I could keep going. But we just have the right group. It's really exciting to, guys, if you're not familiar with futures, don't let it be a mystery. Don't let that keep happening. Don't do it. You can get past that. We can have, like Anthony and I spent a number of short minutes on the phone before he booked into a hedge, all right, which on futures, very important. The 50 turned into 120 but didn't take a screenshot. Don't worry, Pathfinder just booked 120%. And we're going through the rounds, guys, getting into those, guys, getting into the multiplicity, getting into the frequency, the high frequency in terms of the numbers of trades that practicum becoming into developing into the skill set becomes huge. And I just tell this to the traders. Nobody really gets this. You're going to get it later. When you start dealing on lower leverage, if you choose to at some point in the future, you have no idea how much easier things are going to be. You are on the razor's edge right now, guys. You are literally operating on just the razor's edge. It's impressive to see how precise you're becoming in terms of your entries, your exits. Buy at support, sell at resistance, trade your patterns, and hit your targets. That's the framework, right? It takes a lot of understanding in terms of the different time frames, levels of I'd say the differences, the conflicts between the different time frames, etc. When we find a great pattern like this in the 4-hourly, I'm ready to go. I'm a little bit cautious of this top line resistance here. Also, it wouldn't surprise me to see a little bit of a pattern framework here, and I prefer not to break out in a bearish design like this ascending wedge that's very clearly demonstrated on the specific 30-minute time frame. Okay, so a few things that I think some time could, I hate to say a few hours, but a little bit of time, a little bit more time along with this patterning on the 4-hourly could really produce some positive things for the traders. And they're already, guys, you can't stop VIP. It's just awesome, guys. I appreciate you guys so much. Congratulations to all the VIP in your trades. They're just awesome. This is London with Bitcoin Spike. I'll be in the back. And guys, hit those charts up as well. Let's see what you're trading on. And we do have a target to the downside. Noted. We have a target to the downside, 29,460. Will it get hit? I don't know. The previous one did. And the previous one did. We've been in a range, okay, to the extent that we get up and out. We're excited to leave this one in the dust. We have an upside target, 35,775. We've had that one for a while. We will continue to have that one. We will not abandon that one, guys. We're looking decently now. 18% to the upside. That'd be stacking 5,482%. 18% is a nice move, right? Just worried a little bit about equities this week as reports, earnings come in, and we've got the inflationary issues with supply chain, et cetera, guys. So this has been the worst 8 weeks, worst fallout on NASDAQ since the dot-com bubble. These last 8 weeks has been rough. So we have to deal with that componentry, but I'm excited. Word for you, motivation, etc., encouragement. I'm excited that you're here. I'm excited that you're plugged in. To the extent that you're plugged in while BTC and the NASDAQ, everything has done this, guys, you're going to do it. Wherever BTC wants to go, however it goes, guys, we're talking about like huge trades in the back. Like nice, just magnificent trades in the back in terms of 100%, 150%, 300%. You guys are doing this while this is going on. You're going to be fine, guys. Whatever this decides to do, and I'm excited because I've been telling you guys, I really don't care. Me personally, and you guys know, I know this has bothered you. It's like whether or not Bitcoin's up here or whether or not Bitcoin's down here. I've been telling you guys this the entirety of the time. We're going to trade. That's what we do. And we'll start seeing, hopefully, some more of that that phenomenon that the same move at a higher price, right, is less important than the same move at a lower price, right? And I know the USDT crowd, the Tether crowd that didn't get to hit the golden pocket is still grinding their teeth, wanting to hit lockjaw, like they want to get down into that golden pocket, dang it. So there's a little pressure to get down, there's a little pressure to get up. If I talk about downside targets, some people are happier right now. If I talk about upside targets, some people are happier as well. To the extent that you were looking forward to that $26,000 heavy cash reserves, says Pathfinder. There we go. Yeah, heavy cash reserves, 86 retracement, et cetera, name of the game. You got that right, Pathfinder. Hugely important. And yeah, just understand 786 the next level down. Big deal. We want to go down. Cool. Let's roll. We're going to trade. We're going to, I know this group will be there. And not going to flip out of 786. Not going to flip out if we traject back up to 52,000. That's cool. There's some world dynamics in play, from war to Federal Reserve to some things that can be couched and explained upon, but some things, guys, are just Terra. I mean, come on. There's a coordinated attack on Terra Luna. Boom. I mean, I mean, were we really going to get that one? Technical. Well, it was, sure, it was a bear flag. We were looking at a bullish structure here, right? We didn't have to just kaput from this bullish structure. Everyone, oh, we were right, man. I'm going to tell you guys. We were in a bullish structure at this level with the 50%. You guys know this for a fact, right? Anyone want to beat their chest? I told you we were in a bear flag. Listen, guys, you told me you were in a bear flag. Oh, so you predicted the Terra Luna collapse. Come on, dudes. No way. You were in a bullish structure. Bulls were piecing together the framework nicely here with the structure of the 50% underneath. So don't take the smile and the crest white smile and the easy answer. Well, we predicted this. We told you this. I told you this and told you this. All right, dude. You didn't tell us that Terra Luna is going to collapse and fry the market. Come on. Kind of, you guys get it. We're kind of in a bullish structure here, but what did we catch here? Now, we did catch this. This was interesting, didn't we? You guys remember this. Just to talk about the group. Wasn't this interesting? Huh? For anyone who took. Yeah. Very interesting. You guys remember this. I got some letters from people like, you have no idea, dude. Thank you. Because this was the level in terms of trade, right? What was this? We were stuck here. This was just something else. We were stuck here. We streamed this live. You guys remember us streaming live that 50%? And we worked into that fan reversal boom to the downside. So this is how you trade, guys. This is how you stay on top of the market. I don't know anybody's doing this stuff, guys. You guys are awesome. But this level of support to resistance, right? Bam. Remember that tweet I sent out. I was like, good time to take? ? Boom. Nice move, right? Then we were throwing around with the 50% just to see how it went, guys. When the Terra collapsed, etc., we were throwing around at the 50% looking really to maintain at that level, and we worked into quite a reversal pattern here. We just did. We worked into a reversal pattern here that just couldn't be beat. Descending triangulation, and as we worked into the overall structure here, it just became apparent that this did not want to hold. Right? It's like as we started to work through this, the lower time frames were, I'd say, even more consistent with the fact that, it was like this is a reversal pattern to the downside, right? And you guys know those fan reversals with that level of support to resistance, right? Boom. Level of support, boom, to resistance. As we would look at this framework here, right on that 50%, it's just like, that's telling us that it's wanting, it's failing to hold any level of support. So that's kind of the dynamics as we look back through them. I'll be in the back with you guys today, and I'm happy that you guys will be in the back with me today as well. It'll be good. We'll go through some more trades and downside target. I'll say, you guys know, if we leave it behind, I'm happy. Okay, we got some upside targets as well. Guys, let's trade. I'm excited to see what you guys continue to do. This is London with Bitcoin Spike. Thanks for being patient with me. Freddie, thank you so much for the super chat. It just means a lot, brother to brother. You my man. It goes without saying. I mean, it's like it's a super chat. It's like, hey, Freddie's doing well. Freddie's cool. Freddie won a super chat. Freddie's gonna super chat. It's a cool dynamic. Look forward to you guys exploring that in terms of like causing some noise. Like, do you guys go to a party and sit in the back? And just sit in the back? Heck no, man. You got to go stomp around on the dance floor. You got to make some noise. You got to like get busy. You got to like literally, like you go into a party, right? I'm going to go sit in the back and I got a chair in the back corner of the party. Come on, dudes. You got to throw around like, Freddie's having a good time. Like, step it up, like we're going to go to a party. We're going to have a good time. Go, like, get on the dance floor and have a good time. It's your party, guys. So that's what VIP is. Freddie is it. I want you guys to get that, period, right? It ain't about the money. It's about going to a party and having a good time. Get on the dance floor. Make yourself known. What's up? So this is London with Bitcoin Spike. Guys, VIP top-level membership. Make sure that you are squared away with that today. And we'll be in the back. If you haven't joined yet, join. If you haven't joined in a while and you're sitting there still listening, if we've had odds or ends of words or anything else, you contact me again. Unless you've just been consummately rude to me or mean to me or aggressive to anyone in our group, in which case you're not welcome. And that's part of that VIP privilege, the exclusive group in the back with all these returns. Yeah, they're people who respect each other, they're kind to each other, and we just really appreciate the opportunity to operate on YouTube and operate on Twitter to the extent that that's coordinated somehow in the back We just hope it's not by a bunch of monkeys involved in monkey business. Let's hit some Fibonacci's, guys. That 23.6 would be nice, as well as that level of support is incoming on that rising wedge. Let's see what bulls can do. We'll be in the back. This is London with Bitcoin Spike. Have a great weekend and start to your